kobold?
Lenathan.
We good?
Cyanrath was?
He was the big
Hello.
kobold guy.
And
I
welcome.
thought he was a dragonborn too.
Oh.
Oh, the blue dragon.
We
board
are
is
still talking about some cool stuff that happened last week.
Yeah.
Cyanrath, yeah.
Cyanrath. So there's a black. Isn't there a black one?
Half black Resmere.
What is it?
I wrote Cyanrath as
How
a
you spell
dick.
that?
I guess.
That's accurate.
Res, Mir.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with that.
All right,
Oh,
we're done
wait,
eating
I did
M&Ms for
write
right now. I'm gonna talk.
Black dragon. And Resmere is a she.
We're good to go, I think.
Again.
That's good to me.
Okay, I
You're
did
gonna do
write
some
dragon,
stuff with
not
lights.
dragonborn.
Just leave me a little bit on this side because I'm blind, bro. I can't see. I need some glasses. We know this is true.
And Resmere is Mondath's second in command.
All right. Welcome.
Welcome.
You can turn it a little dimmer. I just need a little bit light.
It could be a little dimmer.
No, I agree. I think you got it. That's like a little bit lower. Like maybe one more notch.
Should we start off by
Maybe a little
singing
more. Go do
Happy
about a quarter.
Birthday?
That's great. That's super.
Cool.
Okay. All right, now we got the lights all set. Welcome. Did we do mic check?
Mic check.
We're doing good?
Cool.
It's like we've never ran this show before. We haven't been running this for
This is our
85 episodes or something. I don't
first
know, a
fifth
lot.
episode.
Something like that.
First time we've ever streamed. We don't know what we're doing, guys.
Yeah.
Welcome. Again, the 9th welcome of the welcomes.
Y'all are really welcomed.
You guys are really, really welcome. Thanks anybody that tuned in. We appreciate you. If you're listening to this on Spotify, which would be in the future for us, but when you listen to it, it will be our past.
What's the future like?
Yeah, true.
Where's the flying cars, right?
We're fine.
We're going to do a quick recap from last week's session, and then we're going to get right into it so we got enough time to hammer out all the potential things.
A little bit.
So, actually, you know what? I'm going to let you guys do the recap.
Here we go.
Oh, I know exactly what happened. But sometimes I like to see who was paying attention, and I want to eat my M&Ms.
So on 7/17/20 of 24, we fought cultists. We kicked their asses. There was a base camp. We made friends with the kobolds, specifically Gulk, who said, "Fuck those cultists. They don't feed us."
That sounds about
That's the first leg.
That sounds like exactly like what he would have said, too.
Who's taking the second leg?
I got hit by a rock.
ouch.
That's the part I remember.
Do you remember it?
I do. Don't worry, I have a
Yeah.
constant memory. I'm still missing hit points. Got to address that.
There was a second group behind the main horde of bandits and cultists and nonsense to make sure no one was following. We ran into them, and that's when you got hit in the head with a rock.
That it? That's all the notes we got?
I'm
I got more.
skimming.
Oh, yeah.
I'm skimming.
Hmm.
We found the camp and very confidently strode in. About 100 kobolds, about 80 humanoids.
Let me write that down.
Praise Tiamat's glory, praise the mother. We heard that around a lot. Code of the dragons.
We met some new friends, Mustache and Chuckles.
Yep.
And Chuck was the kobold that led us here. Chuckles bought some moonshine from Otis, so they are drinking buddies, and Otis is teaching them swamp drinking songs. We found out the caves were off limits except for Montath and Resmere. The cave is referred to as a nursery. Resmere is a half-black dragon, a she, who set up the camp, and Mondath is in charge of the day-to-day stuff. Cyanrath is a dick, and he is the big kobold guy who beat the shit out of Gulk, and is Resmere's right hand. We found the prisoner that we were supposed to find, and we are scheming to release them when Gulk has to shovel shit.
So Chuckles the dwarf, and then there's Mustache.
Mustache was the big ogre with
Yeah.
patchy mustache.
Was it a half orc or ogre?
I think it was an orc. if I remember.
It was an orc.
Write down
Half orc.
species.
Half orc.
It was definitely
Yeah,
Sure,
because
it's
you said it was
half-orc.
like wispy on one side and thick on the other.
Yeah. That's all I have.
Yeah, I couldn't talk, so I might as well fucking listen.
That it?
That's all I got.
Okay.
And you're going around praising the chicken. Some huge chicken that's going around.
So,
Casey?
Spreading
with the
chicken pox.
infiltration of the camp, you guys have gained and garnered a lot of new information that you didn't have prior. Who founded the camp? Who's there? And you know at least a little bit more insight on what it is that they're doing, but still not everything. You don't know every reason. You know why they're gathering all this treasure.
Nat 20.
They said that they are gathering this treasure for a horde.
For who?
For a horde. A horde worthy of the Great Queen.
That's an expensive horde.
As far as the nursery, no one has access. Only a few select members have. Now, you guys did find where they were keeping some prisoners, but as you guys were kind of coming up with a plan, one of the guard official captain people came up and basically told Gulk that he's needed to go help shovel animal shit.
True.
Not trying to blow your cover. Gulk leaves.
So is he
Leaving-
the only one that's
Yes.
disguised as one of the members, correct? The rest of us are just...
He's just dressed as
And you-
himself. He was the only one actually dressed as a member.
Okay.
Which was not great for you.
Did not work out well for
It did
him.
not work out.
Yeah, Gold tried
I have a question about that. Have we been here long enough for me to take a short rest?
No.
What? Good, because that means this guy hasn't worn off yet.
No, you guys have not actively said we want to spend time doing very little to do a short rest, so I assume no.
Fair enough.
Well, while Gulk is shoveling shit.
True. My. Could use it. I'm only at 10 out of 24. So.
I feel like the whole time that Crispin's just been like looking around, disgusted by all the heathens, and like just like he's clenching his fist on and off. I don't know how he hasn't been like he's like
He's got Rocky syndrome.
just like I want to say something, but I can't blow our cover. Otis, how you gonna sell all your cough syrup
What?
to all these drunkards here?
What? Easy sell.
Easy sell. They don't seem like they're sick though.
Well, they might be. You never know when illness is gonna hit. You got to be prepared.
I guess. Hit
That's
it
what my
before
mama
it-
told me.
Hit it before it hits you, I
Alcohol
guess.
poisoning is a real
Mm-hmm.
thing out there.
And mine'll help. Mine'll help with that.
Well, you better say something for them kids.
Always. Yeah. I mean, I got this whole barrel here, ready for the children.
There's always kids somewhere where we're going to go. We don't want him to get sick, and he'll have his cough medicine ready.
Mm-hmm. It's ready.
How flammable is that cough syrup?
You know all that shit I've been shooting out of my guns? It's powered by the cough syrup. There's a little bit of them in all the bullets, and that's what makes them go boom.
I feel like you can hear the blinking.
That's how you know it'll kill illnesses, because it's real strong. The illnesses, they burn away inside you. I did the research.
Are we all to ourselves?
You're kind of like in the mix, but not really like in with other people.
So, with your cough syrup being highly flammable, and he did just say there was a bunch of jackasses and mules and goats and wolves over there. What if we was to strap one of them kegs of cough syrup on the back of one of them donkeys, slap it on the ass, and we pop the cork on it, the trail, and just have it run through camp and light that?
You want to set a donkey on fire?
Not the donkey itself.
What do you have against animals? Eating frog legs, setting donkeys on fire?
I knew that'd come back and bite me in the ass. Well, I mean, damn. I've never had roasted donkey, so we can try it afterwards if we survive this.
It'd probably be charbroiled.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, we could go over to Gulk and help him up with the cleaning. I can, if I really lower my pitch, I could speak with some animals, and I can have them start a riot, and we walk out the front door.
That'd be a little bit more subtle than a flaming donkey running through camp.
Nobody likes flaming asses.
Well, the cough syrup does give you flaming ass sometimes, I'll tell you.
I've just thrown something out there because we got to figure out to get this monk out of here.
Can we see the condition of the prisoners? Are they injured? Are they just tired? Are they?
And how many prisoners?
You see that there are.
Sitting there with the keg of cough syrup, 60% of the time it works 100% of the time.
It looks like there are
Be
9
honest,
total
smells like straight
prisoners.
gasoline.
Can we tell which one's the one we're looking for?
I drink.
I would say that one of them does look a little, I would say, not like a citizen.
Monkish.
Sure, we'll call it monkish.
I feel like there's just a distinct look to monks, you know? I don't know.
How many are over there?
They're always bald.
There's 9 total.
9 total. And
Yeah.
will they let us just walk up to the prisoners, or
Well, currently it's daytime, right?
Yeah.
It's
I
still
thought
like
it was nighttime.
did we hit nighttime?
I thought
it was,
that's when we came.
Late evening.
Oh,
or something.
you're right.
We were
My
going
bad.
into nighttime.
So late evening, you noticed that there were 4 of the guys with the masks that were guarding them earlier, but as the sun went down, they don't seem to be monitoring them as closely.
there's another idea. What guards there are, we might just share a little bit of that cough syrup. We'll make your money back later.
We could also just say they're, as far as I know, they're being used for manual labor. We just say, hey, we need
Take them to go shovel shit.
shovel shit, chop campfire wood.
If you need
Yeah.
me to, I can contact him from a distance.
Well, I can too by yelling at him.
Well,
That
I have this trick I learned.
it's a trick, man. I am magical.
Maybe.
Well, what I was thinking too, like you're dressed as guard. Maybe you take over guard duty for him, send him off to go night or something.
Maybe. The cultists seem pretty suspicious of me, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you not culty enough
I guess
for the
not.
culty club?
They have this weird aura about them. It's hard to tell.
So
I'm
it's
pulling
all
all the references
cultists that are
today. It's good.
watching the prisoners.
Yes,
Yeah.
they
Like
were.
bandits.
They were kind of watching the
That's the
prisoners.
stupidest
Okay.
movie
Yeah,
ever.
Yes, you tell this fuck.
So, what do we all think? You want to yell at that guy?
I can talk to him.
Well, before we do anything.
More like a whisper from a distance type of thing.
Oh, that is special.
It's kind of cool.
So, once we get the guard away, we cut down the bald monk guy. How are we gonna get him out?
Well, that's what I'm asking if he has any special abilities or he's good at sneaking.
Well, he
'Cause he
looks.
might be able to help. I mean, I think he said he was injured a little bit, but
He don't look too good.
2 of us have healing spells.
true.
What if he fakes like he's dead and we just throw him over our shoulder like we're going to take him outside camp and just get rid of the body?
Well, also, we was just in the drinking tent. Lots of cloaks just sitting on benches. I know you're a sneaky feller. Maybe you swipe one or 2 of them, put them over the monk guy, and we got a drunk friend here. We leading him out.
Maybe.
So we just leave everybody else? What about the other 8?
I'm inclined to agree. If possible, I'd like to get them all out.
Well, yeah.
If possible.
Well, I see that.
I mean, this guy
I
has
just
a ward on him. The other ones.
I don't really see us getting 8 prisoners out with unnoticed, and there's too many of them for us to fight our way out. We have a
I
mission.
mean, one's better than none, right?
Yeah, we have a mission we're paid for to get to one guy. We'd always come back later. I don't see us getting 8 people out of here. I'm sorry. We got a mission for the money. One's better than none.
What's the rest of the prisoners look like?
So
After you're done sucking on your M&M.
5 of the prisoners actually, you recognize at least a couple of their faces as being citizens of Greenest.
Mm-hmm.
And they look more like just run-of-the-mill, just everyday people. They're not soldiers. They're not. They're probably farmers.
So if we had time, we could, dirty them up a little bit where they could look like the rest of the camp. I mean,
We
The
could.
other 3, they look in worse shape. They look like they've been here longer. You don't recognize where they're from, but their clothes kind of lead you to believe that they might be from another town.
How about this? I sympathize for them. It looks like it sucks up there. What if we get our guy out first? If that goes swimmingly, then we can come back in, devise a new plan to get out the other 7.
At least then we'll have some information from the monk.
Yeah, and we got our main guy out, completed the mission, and we can come back and see what other bonus people we can get.
There's 9 prisoners total.
9 prisoners.
How about this? your actions just kind of gave me an idea. He's shoveling his shit in a wagon, isn't he?
Yeah.
What if we bring that wagon of shit over here, and it's not the most cozy place to be, but maybe they burrow into the shit, cover themselves up with the shit, and we take that wagon full of shit and 9 hostages out of here.
While I like the idea, I think there are too many people around to manage it.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
I do actually like the idea, but
And nobody gonna get too close to.
You got to remember
really
though,
investigate.
the prisoners themselves. It's not like there's a big campfire around them. They're not being kept in a really nice area. There's no guards actively watching them since the suns went down, and I would say that it's relatively dark over there. So I don't know that it would be necessarily impossible for you to go over there and at least sneak over and assess the situation a little bit better.
I say
There's no one actually actively watching that spot. Since the sun went down, all the cultists and the guard type people have sort of continued to huddle, and they're trying. You can tell that they're kind of trying to maintain some order. There's a little bit of chaos going on with all this high adrenaline and emotions from all these successful raids, and these bandits are still a little bit hungry in their eyes. You know what I mean, for the excitement and the joy of just looting and plundering.
How about
So it's not like there's 40 guys watching this area.
How far is the shit cart from the prisoners?
The shit cart it's probably a good couple 100 yards away.
And we think that we could get 9 people into the shit cart, or is it a smaller shit cart?
I don't know. Maybe.
how far away is the nearest camp from the prison?
It is. There's several tents near them, but there's no one actively in those tents.
How about what if I kind of hide in a spot that I can see the tents really well, and I'll use my whisper trick to you guys if I see anybody coming.
that's a good idea. I also think you should probably use your trick to communicate with the monk or maybe some of the other prisoners.
Okay.
See what information they have to add to our plans first.
Yeah, how much can you whisper?
As much as I want.
Nice.
I just have to be in a certain distance.
120 feet.
All right, so why don't you go over there first, and we figure it out from there once you're talking to Nissim.
Okay. I don't remember what the map looked like, but was there any shrubbery or anything I could hide that's within 120 feet of them?
I think it was some woods or something.
Tired.
I've been
I
working
remember
on the
there being
raid.
some bushes, but I don't exactly remember where it was.
I don't think that the
For reference,
IP number has changed. I just need to display it.
To use the message cantrip to communicate with the monk.
If it did, I will.
Let's look.
So it's the same IP?
I think so. You don't need to put it on the thing there, Aaron, if you don't want to. Let's see. Yeah, it should be. Let's see.
Yep, it works.
Local access. Yeah, it should be the
I
same.
need to send some gifts.
It's only when you're trying to get from the web, if you're not in the local area, the IP would change. Let me put
Okay,
this
I
up.
thought there was no wood
Okay, yeah, cool. It's displaying. Great.
So from what I remember, the prisoners was here,
Yeah.
and we were over here.
Dignity School.
And is the shit camp right over here-ish?
I thought it was farther north.
It's farther north. You
Up
see
here.
where that grassy area is? It's sort of
Oops.
Let me put my little
So
magic
usually squares
magic wand on. It's
Like
sort of
20.
it's sort of here.
Oh, got it. Okay.
I want this work. Work, damn it.
Work, damn you, work.
So can you do that again?
Yeah, it's sort of in here,
Okay.
and the prisoners are kind of down here.
Right.
Oh.
Perfect.
So
And the
I need,
walls
at
are
least
pretty
3
high.
of these cubes.
These brown, round, tan-looking things. These are tents.
Yeah, the tents.
Yeah.
It's gone.
He threw the map away.
Sorry. Okay, I figured out what's going on.
You guys should be able to see it on your phones and stuff
Yeah.
too.
And And whatever plan we come up with, someone has to go up and tell Gulk what's going on.
True.
Do we?
Yeah, we could just leave him.
I feel like sometimes it's better just to leave him in the dark. Because he is always in the dark. Keep shoveling shit and shut up.
Man, it was supposed to be my special day.
Happy birthday to me.
See, I sing it in the mirror, so it's like somebody singing it to me.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why everybody gives you such shit. You're one of my favorite people.
Oh, shoveling shit.
That's why you're on shit duty.
Thanks, man.
And that's some shit your parents used to tell you? Well, that's a special job. I only let my favorite do that.
No.
That's some shit my mom used to tell me.
Thanks for
No,
bringing
they
up the full
they
times.
told us, what did they tell us? Some bullshit.
Mine just told me to do it or don't
Or
be
else.
my ass.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I got.
Your mom's scary.
just do it.
It was weird. She could get other kids that weren't her kids to do stuff, and she never threatened them. Because when we saw them just do whatever she said, we were like,
Oh, shit.
we better just do it.
That's awesome. And she's
She's
really
4'10".
short, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I met her.
She's
Yeah, I can
4'10",
see
you know.
that.
She's
She
not.
didn't like
She's not tall.
Like
Yeah.
my grandma used to call her Napoleon.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
The difference is that she wins
Napoleon won.
up until he lost.
He wasn't undefeated. I mean,
You never claimed that.
Anyway, what you guys doing?
It's like the Patriots against the Giants in that Super Bowl.
Before we do this,
Undefeated until you're not.
does anybody have a little bit of healing to spare, or do you think we could take
Please,
an hour to
sir.
short rest?
May I have some more?
I am hurt from that rock. My head is still bleeding. Luckily, the sky is coming.
I'm pretty sure I have a concussion. Is there
I
blood
have-
coming out of my ear? That's not good,
That's not
right?
normal, right?
It doesn't hurt so much here or here. Right
I will.
here.
Where you at?
10 out of 24.
I'm gonna go and I'll cast first level cure wounds on him.
Okay.
So
Still going.
I am
10 of them.
level 3
Wow, 10?
exhaustion.
That's good.
Yeah, I get a +6
When you
on it.
That
pass
is
out
really
from
good.
shoveling
Thank
shit.
That will severely help. Okay.
Y'all got more of them heal
So-
spells.
I think our plan is
Something.
to try and get up close. Maybe I can use the message spell cantrip on the monk to try and get some information before we go over there.
Sure.
And then I'll kind of like stay in a hidden area where I can see the tents while
Okay.
they go up and actually survey the area better. And
Okay.
if there's anybody coming, I'll use the message cantrip towards them to warn them.
Okay. So, Golk, you're pretty in the zone. Kind of shoveling. You're talking. You're actually like trying to make friends with some of the horses. Well, not. They're not really horses. They're like donkeys, mostly. But there's definitely like donkeys that have bred
Korean.
with horses. So these are not like purebred, thoroughbred animals. These are like rejects that the farms would have probably killed or eaten, or these are just like the things that they could catch.
I thought we were
right?
going to have a Shrek and donkey moment.
These were not like thoroughbred animals. Most farmers probably would have like put these things down. Cruelly as that is, that's just
I'm gonna get the princess, and you're gonna look
Um,
for the dragon.
So these are not
Oh, you're a
thoroughbred
girl
wild
dragon.
beasts. Most of them look like they have not been well tended as far as grooming and stuff. They have thistles and stuff in their tails, and they don't. Some of them are wearing like broken horseshoes or no horseshoes at all. Some of them have sores from where their reins and stuff are just a little too tight, or they've never taken them off. Like the reins are almost always on them.
Poor buddies.
So yeah, you've tried to kind of like make friends with some of these woodland nature creatures. They seem to respond to you pretty well, though.
So I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, because I mean, obviously we have a mission. So I'm just gonna keep shoveling shit.
You do get a glimpse of your friends. They seem to be doing something.
Yeah.
You're not sure what.
So I'll also kind of like look around and see like how the horses are tied up, or what's like if there's any weak points.
Mhm.
Like where they're encased. See if I can like kind of navigate them more that way. To try to,
They're
like,
not really in like a well-kept pin. There's like some very loose split rail kind of fencing. I mean, it's not staked down super well.
Yep.
It's not wrapped up real well with twine. It's more of just a barrier to kind of like keep them there. But if they wanted out, they could get out. But most of them have not really tried.
They just stacked pallets, like queen pallets against some.
Yeah, it's like, a couple of timbers and stuff they've got just kind of like stacked on top of each other.
Okay.
So, like the stakes that are kind of holding them there are like barely driven into the ground. So yeah, they're kind of free roaming in this little area, but not like they use the natural barriers of the cliff on that wall to kind of like keep them from wandering off too far. They've only put the timbers and stuff up where they needed to.
Have we noticed if the guards are still in the post towers or if they're down now?
No, they're definitely in the towers.
Yeah, but they're kobolds.
Well, it was that one was kobolds, right? The one to the left,
Mhm.
and then those were humans.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh,
I think that's. So the humans.
The
probably
ones
came
in
back.
the like they're mostly looking at what's going on beyond.
Got it.
Not so much what's going on in. You know what I mean? They're kind of like
Checking for
they're
people.
checking for
Yeah,
people
got
approaching,
it.
not people
Got
that
it.
are already
That
here.
makes sense.
They might occasionally like peek and see what's going on, but they're making sure that they haven't been followed and that they aren't being invaded. Like you guys know enough of tactics to just you can tell that's what they're doing.
Right. It's on you, I think.
Is there anything specific we want to ask this person?
I think if he can walk, he can fight.
Okay.
You
Do
know,
you remember what the name of the person that asked for him is?
it was the town, the head guy in the town.
What? I don't think it was. I think
No,
he had
it
like
was
a,
a friend.
a disciple or
Oh,
something.
Leosin Lothlander
Leosin?
yeah, that's his name.
is his master. who dis-
Nessum is the dude that wants us to find him.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
It's
So-
Nessun.
we're looking
Student,
for
I think.
Leosin,
Leosin.
and Nessim is the student. Yeah. Flip that
Um,
backwards.
and he was looking for ancient dragon
It
lore
was
in
on
the
here we go.
Syndicate
3.
library.
I need to write these names down.
Damn,
more.
we got some like
Oh, this
computer
is the
ass
session I
writing.
wasn't here. So
I'm over here like
Oh,
For the time being, no one can make fun of any of these names except for the NPCs that I made up on the spot.
Chuck.
That was a good name though.
I named him.
what was that?
That's why it was good.
Leosin?
Leosun.
Leosin.
Leosin,
I-N.
Leosin. Okay.
I
And
messed
then
up his last name, so.
It's Erlanther.
Lanther?
Erlanther.
Erlanther.
boy, I wrote
It's
Lanther.
ERLANTHAR. Erlanther.
I was close aside from the Ur.
Lanther.
We also, I think, he left a choker and a staff behind. I think we have the choker. I think the guy gave it to us.
You must be daddy.
Not that kind of choker. I assume. Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows?
We didn't get a description of it. So.
Nice.
Okay, so one more time. The guy that is asking for the master,
It is Nessum.
Nessum, and then
What's your safe
Leosin.
Is the master who is missing.
Nessum, Leosin.
Oh, I missed it.
He was investigating the
safe word.
bandit,
Okay.
and they were looking for
All I
an
can
ancient
think of is,
dragon
what was it,
lore in
college
the
trip
Syndicate
or
library.
whatever,
Okay.
Euro trip.
Eurotrip,
All right,
yeah.
so I'm gonna try and get up to a spot.
Man, we are referencing some movies tonight.
We're in rare form.
Like we're all here together. Like it's been a couple weeks since like all 5 of us.
I think it was only one other time we were all together.
Yeah.
Not pointing any fingers.
All right, I think I'll.
I've been here every week. I
True.
True.
don't know.
I
Bill?
have to.
I've seen you every week.
We're at his house, so he's normally here.
Yeah.
Most of the
And
time.
I mean, this half the table is.
Yeah. I don't know.
They have to
It's just
rework
like,
their
yeah.
contracts.
Get half as much pay.
Especially
only get
that
paid for
guy
the
right
in-person
there,
time.
right there on the end with the long hair. Yeah, that guy ruining things, ruiner. Going on vacation. How dare you?
Sorry.
It's like I've already missed more
Going to work.
sessions this
Yeah,
new
going to
one than I
work.
did the last
Did
one.
you
I
get to
think.
go on vacation?
You were working, weren't you?
Yeah. I wish it was vacation.
He's like, well, that was my job that they paid me.
Yeah, I did get paid for it.
This is my job that I show up to, and I don't get paid or barely appreciated. So screw you guys. I went where the money's at.
All right. I'm gonna try and move up, maybe like hide behind a rock or something.
Sure. Yeah, there's a lot of like natural landscape and stuff that you could probably hide in, or hide by, or
Okay.
you would without drawing too much. And again, it's not really like a sneak. No one cares who you are.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you don't, I would say, as long as you don't look suspicious or do something suspicious, they probably
you're a
won't
forge bandit.
care.
All right. I'll probably just lean up
Pretty
against the wall
sweet.
then
Okay.
and cast the message cantrip.
So how I'm not 100% familiar with this because you guys did not do a lot of stealthy stuff last campaign.
Fair enough.
What?
I'm looking more specifically at those three at the end down there.
What?
I had
I mean, what do you
disadvantage.
expect?
I had disadvantage on
the
stealth.
bombardier,
I don't think I rolled it once.
the bombardier over there.
This
The
is my
guy
first
who
time that I don't have a stealthy
the
guy,
warlock
like,
you thought he was a
light-footed.
barbarian, and
And me,
the big raging bull in the china shop,
the clunk ass,
just breaking everything in his
Minotaur.
path. He's amazing
and cleaning.
and
Didn't we
cleaning.
have to like bundle you in blankets or something?
But like you
I
broke
think we
it,
stuffed shit
but
in
then
my
you cleaned it up.
pads.
You know,
Yeah.
like
I did have a magical broom.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
then these two poor casters last session just all the time going.
Yep.
Fireball,
Fireball. Fireball.
I didn't ask how big the room was. I said fireball.
I said fireball.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Anyways.
Anyway, so yes, I'm not
Back to
familiar
the
with.
shit.
I'm not familiar with
What
the
is
spell
this
does.
stealth you
Alright,
talk about?
So it is a cantrip. It's an action to cast. Its range is 120 feet. I point a finger towards a creature within range, and I whisper a message.
The ultimate
The
badass.
target and only the target
yeah, I think I put
hears
this
the
on Discord.
message and can reply in a whisper
cool.
that only I
Where'd
hear.
you get
Okay.
that?
It can.
It's like the.
This part's not
the
important.
aliens
It'll come
stage.
up. Like it can go through like certain objects.
Yeah, they're sweet.
Depending on like
Go
lane.
in here, too.
Can't
Okay.
go through magical silence, but it can also go around stuff, which is kind of interesting.
As long as you can see the person.
As long as you
I don't even think you have to see him.
so if you don't know who the creature is,
You have to know where they are,
But
right?
if you know the creature and you know where they are, you can, as long as they're within range.
But you
can
don't
whisper
know
it.
this homie.
I do not.
Okay.
But I can see him, so I will go ahead and do that.
You got it.
I will.
You're not limited on the number of words. Just
No, because it's a cantrip, you can cast
Got
it
it, okay.
indefinitely. I think like per round, it's because it only lasts for a round. I think it's like you can only have.
you're
like,
in free roam, so it's fine.
like a sentence maybe, but in here, I'm going to whisper on behalf of Nesum. We are here to help Leosum get out of this camp. Is that you?
You see him kind of like stirring a little bit. His head was a little bit kind of droops down. Looks like he was trying to rest a little bit. Hard to do in the position that he's in, but was making the best of it. You now that you're a little bit closer, you can kind of see that he's definitely got like some swelling on the side of his face. His lips look a little bit parched, a little bit chapped. The skin is peeling on him. He's got quite a bit of a, almost like he's been out in the sun a while, where the sun's just kind of beating down on them. So he's got that kind of like really super red, almost like sunburnt kind of look to him. And he's looking around trying to see where the origin of this voice is coming from. What are you doing here?
Your friend wanted us to either find out what happened to you, or if we did find you, maybe help you return. We came from Greenest.
I'm not quite done with my mission.
Do you need help on your mission?
Oh, no, I'm doing great. How are you? Things are going just according to plan.
What is your mission?
Gather information.
Looks like he's gathering fist.
His face.
You look injured. Do you think it's something that magical healing could fix? I can't. tell
Magical
us.
healing fixes most stuff, doesn't it?
Most stuff.
Listen, we gonna gawk all night, or are you gonna get me out of here?
We'll do our best.
Great. I'll just be hanging around.
I don't even know if I want to save this asshole right now. Fuck this monk.
You didn't hear any of that though.
I know, but still, the table me don't want to save him.
Table
Yes,
me hates this
Tell
prick.
me once
The
a month,
cleric
so.
the cleric in me says save him,
Oh.
but me says fuck him.
I'll
Your
say
Skriz is
that
showing.
Yes, Chris. Fucked
We
up.
should try and get him out. Could be a valuable asset.
Should we attempt anyone else? I think we're only gonna get one shot at
I
this.
think we're only get one shot at this.
One opportunity, like everything you ever wanted.
So
One moment.
I think it's probably still best if I hang back a little bit, not too far, in case something wrong happens. And keep watch.
Would y'all be
And
able
I'll
to
let you
steal the cloak so we can cloak him up?
know. Could I have, like, try to swipe from a chair or something that nobody's like sitting at?
So we gave
and
up
they
on
just
the
sit
ship
leave it behind
wagon,
while we
or
drink?
what?
I think so, because we're just trying to get one of them. I think for right now.
I would say that there's probably, you could probably look in some of the tents that are not occupied and probably find a blanket or a cloak or something like that.
I'll
Sure.
grab something like that.
Yeah, something with a hood.
Okay.
Ideally.
Sweet. I'll make sure you guys have that.
Cool.
Okay.
Well,
If-
are you good with locks?
Yes, if you need me to unlock, I don't remember. Was he in chains or was it rope?
I think it was
Chains.
Chains. Okay. If
Yeah,
you
they're
need
all
me
they're
to,
all in chains.
Okay. If you need me to, I can come over and do that too.
Well,
If nobody else has anything they can do.
I could shoot it, but it'd probably give us away.
Probably.
But
Okay.
I
how
do.
About, how about I go do that and then while you're talking, I go find a better view of stuff.
Well, I do wonder if we should let Gulk know, so maybe he can stir up the animals, rile them up. As that distraction couldn't hurt.
One of the
So
two
he's
of
all the
us
way
can.
up there.
He's all the way up
Yeah.
there.
It would take me a while to get all the way up there and back.
I mean, you could.
You don't really have to be sneaky though.
Never mind. I'm the DM. I shouldn't be telling you what.
So
True. No, you
Gulk is
totally
where
could.
back.
I
in
forget
here?
sometimes that I'm not playing.
That's fair. That is fair. Shit.
Is Gulk in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, all the way
Oh,
back
I didn't
there?
think it was
Yes.
way
I
back
didn't
there.
realize he was
Yeah,
back
that's
there.
right.
Okay.
No. Gulk is over here.
Over
Oh,
here.
I'll say, okay.
Ah,
Okay, that's better. That's definitely
yeah.
better.
Yes,
I thought it was
yes,
all the way in
yes.
that thing.
So
Gulk's like, don't I have a say?
and we're
It
down.
is always-
We're down in here, right?
Ish.
Yep.
Yeah,
Down in here.
something like that. Within 10 feet.
Okay,
of
I can
that.
get close enough to him that I can cast a message cantrip on it.
Y'all think that's a good idea though? Use this as a little distraction, or
We can maybe if something goes wrong, we can have him use that as a distraction. We
Okay.
might not need it.
We wouldn't be able to communicate that to him, though, and he wouldn't know the plan.
Maybe you can shoot a shot off.
So
There's not a lot of guns in this camp.
we're just leaving the other 8 behind. Is that what we're doing?
let's get him out first. See how easy it is. It's gonna be easier to get him out one at a time, if anything, right? We can always come back in. But if I do shoot a shot for distraction, all bets
That's
are off.
worst case scenario.
Yeah. So
Worst case scenario, we get caught. You fire a shot off. He causes some chaos.
yeah,
I
and
think that might be worst case scenario, but at least we have a plan.
yeah, and if it is easy, we can sneak in and out a few times. We get them all. But we don't know how crazy it'll be. I like it.
Are there a lot of people coming and going inside and out of the camp still, or is it?
No, most of the people have arrived.
Okay, so I think this is going to be our only shot.
You've seen a lot of the the people who are coming and gathering food. There's still the occasional hunter coming in, but not like big groups of people anymore. It's pretty loud too.
That's helpful.
They're like I said, they're all really celebrating their victories. They're reuniting with some people who they consider like comrades and friends, and they're all kind of bragging about the things that they've done. And
It helps that probably most of the bandits at least are on low guard since they're drinking.
like I said, these like cultists and these soldier people, they're a little bit more refined. They're not celebrating in the same kind of way. You kind of see them over in this area near the other camps. They're kind of, they look like they're planning. And you see a few of the guards occasionally kind of going out when people are getting a little too rowdy and trying to calm them down. or telling them to go do something like shovel animal shit, or
Yeah.
hey, go get some more firewood, or get to chopping some logs. But they're you can tell that there's so many people here with the variations of these bandits and these kobolds that it's pretty rowdy, and if they don't do something soon, they'll lose control of the camp.
The rest of the prisoners, are they in chains or ropes?
Chains.
If we could get I think the only way we're going to get more than one prisoner out is if we A, get enough cloaks, B, we wait to set the animals free until they're closer to the animal pens. If the animals run directly outside of camp, we can make it like we're all going after the animals to bring them back.
Did we ever find out why the bandits were like a bit hostile towards like the cultists?
Didn't they think you were weird because all the cultists had already arrived and gone where they were supposed to go or something?
But either way, they seem like they're hostile
towards
the cultists in general, not just me.
I don't think we found that out.
No,
I don't think so.
I'm thinking if there might be a way to turn the bandits against the cultists, not like on a full scale, but at least enough to maybe cause this like a commotion. Yeah, a scene. That could. I see that as the only way we'd be able to get all of these prisoners out of here.
All right.
If we don't do that, I feel like this monk is probably the only person we got.
I got another idea too. This one, a little more uncontrollable. So I got a few friends in there. They're a couple sheets to the wind.
Mm-hmm.
We just start a fight. Big old brawl. The guards are gonna come in. The cultists are gonna come in. They're gonna try and break it up, right? My buddy Chuckles, he, he flips on a switch. So, I think I could get them all to start a fight. They're all fucked up in there.
Can you change your voice when you use your whisper trick? Make it sound like someone's talking shit about someone else?
If somebody cast maybe thaumaturgy on them, maybe.
On the whispers. I think that if we do basically all of these at once to different people, then we can get a bigger riot going.
Yeah, maybe. I can't exactly change
Classic.
the voice, but I can still try.
Well, and I could just go up to Chuckles and be like, hey,
Different voices in general.
that asshole's talking shit about you.
Just keep like messaging people like insults. They don't know where they're coming from.
Exactly. You get Chuckles. He gets one or two others.
Your breasts stink.
You get thaumaturgy going. Just create absolute madness until there's an actual riot.
And I shovel shit.
Yeah, someone gonna tell Gulk. We're just gonna leave
So, I think
We
I'm.
can tell Gold.
I think I'm a little irritated that they will leave the 8 behind, and I'm going to. Yeah, I'll take in the note about the thaumaturgy. You guys are going to start this, but I'm going to walk towards Gulk.
Okay.
So I was like, and y'all do what you got to do. I'll do my part when I see it start, But
Yeah, if we
leave me if you have to. I'll meet you outside camp.
if we can get them all unchained and unhooked, and we can get them
If you can get them
over here.
unhooked beforehand, where they can
Yeah.
just keep the manacles on, but they're loose.
Ask where the if the monk knows where the key is, or has an idea of where the key may be.
Probably on one of the cards.
Probably, but
I feel like at least getting the monk out of the chains was probably
So
Should
all the shackles
do
are
this
secured
now.
by a single chain.
single chain.
Mhm.
Okay.
so they're chain
That'd
games
take me-
basically.
Mm-hmm.
That'd probably take me less time.
It would be loud though.
It's not
so-
I mean, it's not like a super complicated lock. It's not like
Yeah.
they're using a magical lock or.
Master Lock 2000.
I mean, just much like any other lock, it probably could be picked or broken.
You got guidance also to give, right?
Look at that.
All right. So first step, you get 'em
Super
unhooked.
guidance.
and then
Yeah.
That definitely
double
works.
secret guidance.
A D8
Yes.
Times 2.
So let's get them unlocked, and then we go from there.
Get them unlocked, cause a scene, and then we just
Walk in front.
So, Gulk, you have no idea what
plan
your
from the
friends are
beginning.
planning. What are you doing besides shoveling shit? You seem to be very interested in the structural integrity of the fence.
Yeah, I mean, again, being a person of nature, I still want to get the horses out,
Sure.
Right.
but do my best. That's all I can ask for. That's it.
I feel like I'm picturing Gulk just telling jokes to these animals. Like, you get it? And they're like,
Should one of us be over there?
You should have been a druid.
There's still time.
It's cool. I think barbarians are fun.
He could do a druid barbarian.
He could.
I want you to do it. I want you to do it. Bite me.
I want to be Spider-Man.
Alright, I think Vig's gonna ask you guys to keep an eye out, and I'm gonna go pick the lock of the monk first, and we can talk to him, and then we can go from there about what to do with the other prisoners and such and so forth.
Sure.
Should one of us who can speak with animals go over to tell Gulk what's going on and to whip up
Well,
the
he was already
animals?
heading over there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Well,
so
we
you
can talk
already
to
know
him.
the plan then. Okay.
While we take care of this. Okay.
Yep.
Alright. I'll go over to the monk and like up close. I'll
Okay.
have them keep an eye out and
Yeah,
I'll hand
I
you-
mean, it's pretty dark over there.
Yeah. I'll hand you guys. I have a small bell. If somebody's coming, just ring the bell.
Just ring the bell.
Just ring the bell.
Ring the bell and
not
just carry my
suspicious at all.
pocket as a thief.
Caw-caw, caw-caw.
The signal.
I feel like the Salvation Army here, just ringing a bell.
He's got the lantern. He's doing like
It's
little
all I
hand
have,
puppets.
okay? I also have a better thing.
No. We're going with the bell. I like
We're
it.
going with the bell. I like
We're
it.
we're committed. Let's go.
I like because they give rogues that in their backpack, so I specifically that's why I used it. So
Okay.
might as well.
Look at him using his toolkit.
Yeah.
Dang. Inspiration.
Got some holy water in there.
Okay.
Maybe some steaks and some garlic.
Yes, I'll go
We
ahead
might
and-
be fighting vampires later. You never know.
You never know.
Vampire
It's
team.
D&D after all. Okay, I'll go ahead and try to pick his locks.
Okay. So you got a thieves kit, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna need a. It's gonna be a dexterity check.
Okay.
Guidance.
Just dex or?
Are you proficient with these tools?
I
So don't forget to add your proficiency modifier.
Guidance, just because why not? Getting a night for that one. Sucked, but
So dex. 20.
Show off.
Sorry.
So yeah, you find the main lock on this chain, and this is not a super sophisticated. This is something they probably stole from one of their raids.
They stole it. They stole it.
It's got a little bit of rust on it. You can tell that it hasn't been maintained well. It's been rained on. It hasn't been oiled, so the hinge is a little squeaky, and you actually had a little bit more. You had more difficulty actually getting both tools in the lock mechanism itself than you did turning it. Like it turned real easy, almost like you almost didn't even have to. So you are able to get the lock undone. That's it. So now they're
That's free.
the chain's good.
Cool.
like the chain with all the prisoners are free?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was basically a chain that ran through
Yep.
all their little, and then once he
Yeah.
gets that loose,
Got
they pulled. They still got like the little,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
but at least they're free and moving
They're
around.
free to move.
Yeah, their feet are good. Their feet are not shackled.
Did we grab enough hooks for all of them, or just
Just the
one?
one. I didn't know that's how the chains were gonna work.
Okay.
But I'll just obviously I'll like make a hand sign to be quiet when I go up there. Yeah.
So most of the prisoners are in pretty bad shape. Most of them don't look like they can even stand on their own. And when you get the shackle or the chain free from who you believe is Leosin, he kind of falls over.
9 prisoners.
9 prisoners.
I'll go to help him up.
Okay.
At least get on his feet. The best as I can.
He's pretty light. He's I think he's an elf.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe he's either an elf or a half elf. Regardless, he has a very thin frame naturally, and he doesn't weigh very much to pick up. And you can tell he's definitely like malnourished. He hasn't eaten, any real food, and it's been a little while. So you're able to pick him up no problem. He kind of tries to wrap his arms kind of around your neck.
Can I? I'm probably not that far, but I'll still message just to be quiet. Can I message Fiora and ask if you have any like healing you can give this guy, so he might
Yeah.
be able to hold his own a bit better.
I'll go ahead and I forget whether I have which one I have. I'm gonna heal him. I'm just gonna. I only have healing words. That's what he gets.
That's fine. I feel like any magical healing at this point would be helpful.
I'm gonna try to turn my body so that I don't know if there's any like flash of light or anything, but I want to try to hide it with my body as much as possible. He gets 4 hit points.
Hey, you know, if
I
he
got-
was a commoner, bang.
I
Yeah.
got some moonshine cough syrup I can
Perfect
give him
health.
too.
Could be on the verge of death and just go.
So
Just
as
burns the
you cast your
dysentery out of
spell,
him.
the like greenish energy sort of like manifests around him. Not quite a glow, but you kind of see it like wash over him, and you see a little bit of his wounds begin to mend. I mean, he's not looking as bad as he did, but he still looks pretty weak. But he looks like he's able to kind of at least stand on his own now. I don't really want to go, but it's not doing me much good right now. I'm not really in a position to put up much of a fight, even if I got free.
What? Is there any specific information you're looking for?
Well, I've been here a little while. I've got a lot of information now.
It's at least something to leave with. It's better than what, I guess, where you were.
True. Live and fight another day, yeah?
Yeah, Socrates.
I can't leave without these other men, though.
Understand.
How many look like they can walk?
Probably half.
The other
Yeah.
half are struggling.
Is he's over by us now? We're talking with him.
Mhm.
Okay. So, y'all been here a little bit. How do you
Some
think,
more than others.
how do you think would be the best way to get everyone out? I mean, they can't really walk. We can't climb the wall. And we can.
No, climbing the wall would
It would be.
definitely be death.
Right. So, what you think is going to be the best way to get everybody out? We got a shit cart.
Probably through the front door.
Yeah. Well, there's that. But I'm not carrying anyone because I'm 4 feet tall. You're not carrying anyone.
Presently, no.
Well, Galt could probably carry 4, but that is
Maybe a
gonna,
distraction?
well, we was thinking that too. But even still, if only half of them can walk, that's not going to do much for us. Right?
Maybe we could buy ourselves some time, too, and set up dummies in the prison hold.
Okay. It's dark, so it might work.
There are tents nearby, right?
Because I feel like if anything, this late at night, nobody's gonna be like. Go
I mean,
all the
it's
way
pretty.
out
It's
there,
pretty
yeah.
dark.
Yeah, nobody's gonna
like
want
on
to
the
walk
on
all
the
way out
outside,
there.
on the edge of the camp, along the walls. It's pretty dark, even along where the tents are.
I think
Most of the fires are set
yeah.
towards the middle.
I think the dummies could work because nobody's gonna want to like go all the way out there versus just looking out the window. Oh, they're still there, even though there's dummies.
While I'm doing some healing, do one of you two want to take a look in the tent, see what we can use for cloaks, for coverings, for dummies,
Okay.
for anything useful?
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's-
everyone here is celebrating, right? Maybe
Yeah.
we could play off like some of them are drunk.
Well,
True.
yeah, my idea for a distraction was starting a riot.
I mean, that's
Fight.
that's as good as an idea as any.
Yeah.
Draw some of the attention towards that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little hoarse.
That's understandable.
You don't look.
Anyone have any water?
I got something better than water.
Oh, I got it. No, no, no.
Pour him a
no,
little.
that-
It's
We'll
cough
save,
syrup.
We'll save it for when we get out.
He just screams.
Yeah, I don't want him to die.
Son of a bitch!
That fucking burns.
I have a water skin.
I have no skin on my lips. You're putting me this and tell me to drink it.
He
Why would you
screams,
do
and
that?
the whole camp just turns. What was that scream?
100 proof
There was a
alcohol.
banshee. In the
I have a water skin. I'll give them.
Okay.
I have some rations. I'll pass out.
I have a
He
kid.
seemed more. He seemed
Gravy.
more eager to get the water.
And while they're doing that, I'll go investigate some of the tents then. See
Yeah,
anything we
let's-
can
let's
use
see
for
if
some
there's any,
dummies.
You see that there's like some bedrolls and some like makeshift pillows. There's definitely like some packs, like some backpacks and There's sheets, not like clean sheets. It's just whatever they got. It looks like some animal blankets that have been turned into, bedding and stuff. These are not well furnished, but you could probably maybe throw together something that kind of looked like it was a couple of bodies or something if you needed to.
Okay. So I'll start hauling some of that stuff out and throwing them up on the chains and the ropes and clicking them
Okay.
in. And
Yeah,
So
I
you
feel
kind of like are, I guess, arts and crafting this with just what you kind of got laying around, kind of trying to shape it into the shape of vaguely humanoid or.
Yep, get a little scotch tape on there. And
Yep, a little duct tape.
hold it together.
Hot glue.
Yep.
Gorilla tape it.
A little glitter, give it a little pizzazz.
Yeah, to imitate the sweat.
Sparkle across the camp.
Yep. Okay, I like it. And in the dark, from a distance, yeah, they kind of look like hunched over
Good.
humanoid shapes.
That'll buy us some
More like
time.
potato sacks, but
That'll buy us some time to figure out something to do.
Okay, so you said 9 prisoners. One was the monk. You said about half could walk.
Yeah, about half could walk pretty easily, and the other half, with a little bit of assistance, they definitely could walk.
Yeah, okay. That's
I'm
good.
going to try to heal with healing word 3 of the.
I would say
You could
a
do
lot
like
of-
one of the you could pick the worst one and heal one. 'Cause
Yeah,
At least having two. I mean, one less would be better
Yeah,
than.
I don't want to burn too many
yeah,
spell slots.
it's a little dangerous to burn all of your spell slots, but maybe somebody who's like looks like they're about to die.
when I'm walking towards Gulk, what do I just still see them like?
You actually see that he has kind of stopped putting as much effort into the shoveling, and he's over there like petting the horses, and you see him, he's kind of going up, and it looks like he's kind of like whispering in a couple of their ears. Just a big grin on his face, just kind of combing them down.
How much shit does he have in the wagon?
The wagon is probably about half full of shit.
That's good enough. How many mules are?
It looks to be, there's
Beast
probably
of burden
there's
over
close to a dozen animals over there.
Okay, I want to go talk to Gulk and maybe pick out the 2 best that we can hook up to the
Okay.
cart.
Yeah, you see that he found some sort of a brush. It's not like a great brush, and he's been using it to kind of like brush out some of their manes.
Well, I'll bring out like from my healing kit some salve and all that, and kind of
Okay.
put on some of the especially the 2 that we're using, kind of help patch up, cover up any like rub wounds
Okay.
and stuff.
Okay.
So, Gulk, here's what we're going to do. The other ones they're getting to prison. There's 9 of them. We're going to take this just in case we need it over to where the prisoners are at.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
not gonna stop you. I mean,
Are you coming with?
oh yeah, yeah.
So,
the
we'll
two-
leave this gate open. Let these animals go.
The
I
2
figured
probably
with the
like
distraction
best
I can-
of the animals that you see. The one is, it's definitely it looks like it's a horse of some some kind. It's like this almost like chestnut brown, and it's got this like just blonde mane of hair. It looks unnatural on it. It looks like some bizarre anomaly, some genetic thing that where its parents were not the same breed. Its white hair kind of stands out even in the dark.
Just like mine.
But overall, like its muscle structure and stuff it looks pretty good. It looks like its horseshoes were in the best condition, and it looks like it actually looks like Gulk has already kind of like brushed a lot of its hair down. It doesn't look like it has as many sores, and it looks like its stamina. It still looks like a pretty young horse, maybe only a couple of years old, a few years old at most. And then the other, like probably the best looking animal is it's definitely like this big donkey. It is a huge donkey.
Get over here, donkey.
Donker.
It's like the Clydesdale of donkeys. This thing is freakishly big. It's taller than Gulk once it's kind of standing on its hinds,
Shit.
but it's massive, and it's pure black.
Whoa.
And it even has like
It's a
these
demon
woolly things
goat.
like a Clydesdale on its feet, but the fur on its that's covering its hooves is jet black. The spots on it that are not black are bits of dirt and mud and thistles and things that have gotten in its brush, and even its like fur on the horse itself is a little bit thicker. It looks like it came from like a colder climate. It's a pretty, but it's a donkey. It's not a horse. When you get up to it, you see it has kind of like the floppier ears, and It's just a genetic freak.
Does it talk?
Divine senses, donkey.
I don't think so. I mean, I guess it could, but it would speak donkey, and you don't. So
I'm gonna go through the motions of getting them hooked up to this cart,
okay.
being as gentle as possible, not really getting in a hurry, giving them time to do their thing at the camp, and not making it look like I'm in a hurry to do anything. Just going through the motions like I'm helping Gulp clean the shit up and all that.
So this like furry donkey, he's definitely from a colder climate. His fur, even on his coat, it's a little bit thicker than just like a normal horse or a donkey's hair, and it's got like the black fur on its hooves. Like he is jet black. If you didn't know he was there and it was dark, you wouldn't see him. You cannot. He does. There's nothing about him. Even his eyes are like this. It almost doesn't even look like he has pupils.
This donkey's scary.
Demon.
I know. Divine senses.
So he has this sort of like almost regal pride about him too. He kind of gives you the vibe of being like a warrior, or a warrior's mount. He has this sort of like regal elegance to
I would take a
himself.
fucking donkey to war. You ever seen what they do to like animals that come near areas they protect?
Yeah.
They will just beat the living shit out of them.
So his
They'll
chest
bite
is a
into
little
it.
bit more puffed
They've
out,
killed
a
wolves
little bit
and-
more pronounced, and he stands a
yeah.
little bit taller than even some of the horses that you've seen. This almost looks like this was maybe some type of a war mount at some
People
point.
use donkeys to protect like pens with other animals. in it.
true.
Dang.
Donkeys are nasty.
Yeah, he's clearly
like
almost
the
he's
sharks
almost a
of the
couple
land.
feet taller than the horse. He's pretty big. I would say on his how tall are you, Golg?
Like 7'6".
He's almost I'd say about a half foot taller than you.
Like,
He's massive. He's huge.
Jesus.
Like Gulk would go up and try to wrap his arms around him and probably couldn't close his arms all the way, you know, because Gulk's muscly, and then he's got this big, donkey he's trying to hug.
I think it's like a tank.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Very inconspicuous for a trailer.
Yeah,
I'm putting them together. I'm like,
And
I'm
we're
like,
gonna
damn
need
it.
to carry a lot
We get out of
people.
here alive. You're coming with me.
you are coming with us, bro.
Yes.
All right, so you kind of get the preparations made on them, and you have to make a couple modifications because this animal's quite a bit bigger than the blonde-haired chestnut mare that you guys found. But yeah, you get them all kind of situated. It doesn't really look like anyone's paying much attention. It just kind of looks like you're tending the animals, you know. And there's no real activity over here. Gulk, you're kind of a little bit happy to see that he's, you know, it looks like he's trying to get at least a couple of them out of here.
Yeah.
Don't cry, Gulk.
Yeah, I mean, I'll do what I can to try to help them. I mean, again, I'm all for the nature, so save the animals, cool. You stay cool with me. I think I'll be the driver of the horses. On the way.
Okay.
So as soon as he's ready, I'll kind of jump up on top and.
Is there a tarp or like maybe a like old, I don't know, maybe like just something that you could throw over?
I would say that you could probably find a few animal blankets or even some bedding or just because, like I said, these tents were kind of thrown up from just spare bits of fabric and cloth. You
Is
probably
there like a tent that might be nearby that looks like it hasn't been
there,
put?
there's a couple that look like they haven't even been put up.
I'm gonna grab one of the tents that hasn't and find one big enough that would lay over the back of the cart.
Okay.
So maybe
So,
one that has darker
Just
coloring.
so I'm clear what you guys are doing, the guys is that the cart's full of shit.
Mhm.
You guys are taking the cart out to empty said shit out of the cart. Okay.
Makes sense.
We're going to head towards the prisoners. If they decide they're going to just try to get the monk out first, or a couple of them, at least we know there's a couple of them that are I've seen before we left that were not able to walk. So if we can get there and we can go in two groups, we can, you know, they take one group that's stumbling drunks, and I'll take the other group that we'll put them in the shit cart that can't walk, cover them up, and we can go like me and Gulk are going to go outside camp to dump this shit.
Are all of them chained together?
No,
Right.
the chain was kind of like run.
It ran through a little
Oh,
all the
band,
shackles.
so they're all loose
misunderstood.
now.
Got it. Okay.
So you guys can take the
So
ones
they
that
are still shackled.
Yeah.
But okay. I'm gonna burn one more spell slot to heal one, like the worst one off.
So 3 of the prisoners, they look like they've been here considerably a longer amount of time than the others. They have more bruises. They look a little bit more sunburnt. Like, it's no longer a burn for them. Their skin is just very dark from being exposed to the sun. They look on the verge of almost being dead. Probably in another 3 or 4 days, they probably will die.
Whichever the biggest / potentially strongest, I'm
Okay.
gonna try to heal that one.
So you see a one of the ones who's like pretty, I would say, on the verge of being almost dead. He looks to be a younger human, but he definitely looks like he was some kind of like a farmhand or something. Because even though like he's in pretty bad shape, probably hasn't had a good meal in who knows how long. He just has this. He just has a lot of mass and muscle to him. He's probably almost 6.5 feet tall, standing upright, and he's just got like. He's got pretty big, broad shoulders and pretty big arms. He looks like he has done some work in his life. If he's not a farmer, he might be maybe a fisherman on a boat, because he's definitely got a lot of calluses, maybe from ropes of some kind on his hands, and his hands look like he's worked. He doesn't look like he's a noble or anything like that.
I take it back. I'm not gonna use a healing spell. I'm gonna use healing hands. Give him 3 points.
Okay. That kind of perks him up to the point where he can at least walk around by himself.
I found the donkey.
Worst case scenario, I can
Jesus.
turn
That thing is
into
angry.
a pack horse and carry some out.
Okay. So, how many prisoners are in the cart?
All the weakest ones.
Okay.
So we'll put them towards the front
So
of
that
the
would be
cart.
probably, there's like 2 that really can't walk by themselves.
So we'll put them towards the front, like shit piles here. Put them up towards the front. That way, it
You hear a
cover-
little bit of moaning. Oh, it smells so bad in here. What are you
You
doing?
know what smells worse? Death. Now shut up.
You're right, sir. You're right.
That way, if somebody pulls the cover, there's the shit right there.
One of them's like, it smells like home, and he just jumps right in. He's fine with it.
So how many
Taking
do
a
we got in the
bath.
cart?
The 2 that are the weakest, but you could get a couple more.
I say we
think
split
should.
the. I would get as many as we can in there.
All right, so you're gonna get we'll say about 4 of the prisoners,
I'll say
easily.
4 or 5 of them,
Yeah.
whatever you can do in there.
and then you guys have the other 4 plus the monk, right?
Yeah.
With you guys. Okay, so not even really drawing any attention, you guys start to take the cart,
and we'll go to it like. You guys go one way, we'll go another. That way.
Within visual range, but not together.
That way we can see each other, but it don't look like we're traveling together.
So you guys trying to cause a distraction at all on the way out, or just gonna go with the flow?
Yeah,
Do you want to?
I can
kind
still
of.
try the message.
I'll sit on the back of the cart with like the pitchfork or something that was shoveling shit while he's driving the cart. We got 4 of them in there, and as we're going by people, I'll just use thaumaturgy to throw little whisperies. Like if it's a cultist, I'll be like, I'll throw little shit that the bandits are.
I'll be spending time with your mama tonight.
I think
Just throwing shit in there.
I think I'll do the same thing to help mix
Okay.
chaos a little bit.
I think I'm gonna go into some of the tents and see if I can get some more cloaks for the ones who are all walking out, so it's not like they can
Sure.
see all the sun damage to them and everything.
Okay.
Make them a little less.
You're able to get some
inconspicuous.
blankets and stuff, no problem.
Yep. So we'll cover them up.
I'm gonna keep watch, see if anyone's watching us, so I can.
No one seems to give a shit about
Alright.
what you guys
Yeah,
are doing.
I'm gonna throw
Well, as we
whispers
go,
out
I'm
there,
gonna be
just like
keeping
in the
watch.
cultist's head, be like, make it sound like one of the bandits, like all they give us is this horse piss drink, and then like the bandit's head, I'm gonna put from the cultist. I can't believe they're drinking that piss that we got from the horse's stable.
Okay. Make a persuasion check.
Yay, roll dice.
I'll let you choose because you might be proficient in one and not the other. Persuasion or deception, I'll let you choose.
Guidance yourself.
Persuasion is 0, and deception is 0. Let's
So, it
see.
doesn't matter.
I'm use guidance on myself.
I give him advantage because I'm also helping?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's so much better.
Yeah.
19.
Okay. So between the added efforts of the whisper spell and your like almost like reverberation of what he's saying, you're kind of almost like enhancing the whispers to where it's a little bit louder. You kind of start seeing a little bit of stirring going amongst some of the bandits. They're kind of like holding the mugs, like. Does that taste funny to you? No, I've been drinking it all night. Someone told me it's horse piss. Who would give us horse piss? They're drinking the good stuff up there. I say we go ask them about it. Then there's like a few more people going, and they start dumping out the beer. Like, yeah, we should go ask them about it. Give us horse piss. It doesn't take long before there's now almost like this rallying amount of people now kind of like behind this movement. Within a couple of minutes, though, you hear someone kind of shouting out, I brewed that myself! It is definitely, most certainly not horse piss, unless someone was pissing in my barrel.
I want to throw out there and be like, maybe using thaumaturgy and be like, yeah, it was me. That's what all they're good for is drinking horse piss.
Yeah! And there's like immediately someone's like, yeah! They just chime in. So you see this like this short little gnome. He just comes out and he's pissed. Just flaming red skin bubbling. Like you can see the steam coming off of his bald head. And he throws down these two like leather gloves. How dare you call my beer horse piss?
How close are we in range of this?
You guys are probably, what's the distance on your spell? 150 feet?
120 feet.
So you guys are probably as close to the maximum distance, so probably about 100 feet away. As you're kind of like just narrowly kind of driving this cart, you guys are watching this chaos ensue. So yeah, you're probably about 100 feet away.
I want to use the thaumaturgy, but I'm going to scream at this like a booming voice. Make them eat horse shit!
Yeah, I like that idea.
This guy's cool.
Whose idea was that? We should give him a medal. No one takes any claim to it. And yeah, so the little gnome is like, he pulls out a dagger. He's like, which one of y'all want to try it? I'll gut you. And I'll be drinking your blood tonight.
I bet it tastes better than that horse piss beer.
And he turns around and immediately looks, and there's a guy standing like pretty much right behind him, and he stabs this dude right in the leg. Chaos breaks out. All of a sudden, people are punching other people. One person grabs the gnome and kind of throws him in the back.
I'm
You
going
just
to
hear
be
him
like,
going.
Donkey, you might want to pick up the speed a little bit if they got it. Not too fast, but just let's pick it up
Immediately,
a
there's like
Let's
basically
go.
almost full-on riot breaks out between all these people. Yes. So you guys are kind of on the.
little bit. On the way out, I'm going to reach up there, grab like a pile of shit, and I'm just going to throw it.
It doesn't take long. Within a couple of moments, maybe 15, 20 seconds, someone shouts out to the guards, and you see some of the guards and the cultists coming up, and there's chaos. They already were trying to figure out how to like get a little bit of order, but now they have like 80-some people that are just pissed off and fighting each other that have all been drinking. And the kobolds are just kind of instigating the whole thing. The kobolds that are kind of amongst them, because they're with the cultists mostly, because of the whole dragon thing, you gather, but they're just instigating. They're going up and just like stabbing anyone at the edge that they can, in the foot, the leg. Some of them are jumping up and actually like stabbing some of them in the shoulders and the back. The kobolds are inciting it a lot. Like they've built off of the frenzy that you have started, and they're basically saying all the same things you said. One of them actually is like dumping beer and stuff on the other one's heads. They're taking the barrels of beer and smashing it. It's chaos out here.
That's perfect.
So, where are you guys going?
We're
Out
booking
the
it.
front door.
Probably back
No
to
one
Venus.
pays any attention to you guys sneaking along the edge of the wall right out the front gate. The guards in the watchtowers, they kind of blow like a trumpet to alert more of the guards in the back, and a couple of them start firing warning crossbow bolt shots down at the mob, like in the front, which has no effect on them at all.
Well, back to Greenest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least that direction. I don't know if we need to rest or anything first. But
We still have our wagon with the ox outside camp, don't we?
Yeah, you guys
Yeah.
brought the wagon with you.
Oh, that's
Okay,
true.
So now we have
Yeah, so
two
we-
wagons.
Yeah, get the rest of
Yeah.
the people in the wagon and
Yeah, we'll
book
just
it.
leave the shit wagon behind and unhook the horse and the mule and be like, if they want to come with us, they can. You know.
Okay.
I'm not going to tie them on to us, but if they want to, I'll walk beside them as we head back to Greenest.
So the other donkey that you guys had for the other wagon, he looks very much like Donkey from Shrek. He has like longer floppy ears, big teeth. They almost don't fit all the way in his mouth. But he always kind of looks like he's smiling. He just looks happy. He has like a little bit of scruffy hair, and
I like that.
he looks
guy.
old though for a donkey. So you guys got all your things. You guys get everybody in the carts, and you begin heading back to Greenest.
How far is it to Greenest from here? Do we
It's
think?
a little ways. It's not. You're not gonna get there in like an hour or anything. It's gonna take you a little bit
Okay.
because you guys followed them through pretty much the night,
Mhm.
and then part of the next day you got there. So
Yeah, I'd say we get pretty far before we rest.
That donkey you guys found is scary.
about 20 minutes into your journey, you guys you hear what sounds like an alarm going off. You're not sure what it's from, but you think that they might have discovered that the prisoners are gone.
Well, that's gonna do him any good for what ain't going on.
Well, maybe we should change directions a little bit. They probably think
Go
we going
off
back to
trail.
Greenest, so yeah, maybe head north for a little bit, or
Off-roading.
Is there any way that I could
These donkeys
either
are
find a
four-wheel
way
drive.
to cover our tracks as we go in any
Four-wheel
way,
drive.
or lessen the tracks, or guide us through a way that won't leave as many tracks?
You guys could probably head back towards the main road, and it would look a lot less suspicious
That's true. It's
because the
heavily
main road is pretty
traveled.
traveled.
Heavily traveled. That makes sense. Yeah, let's do that.
It would take you a little longer to get back, but
That's fair. I mean, it's safer. Safer's better.
yeah.
And you could probably get all their manacles off as we go.
Yeah, I'll work one at a
okay.
time.
So you're gonna spend a little bit of time working on the manacles. We'll just make you do one sleight of hand check for them. It's a very low DC. These are terrible locks.
It's 16.
Yeah, you're good. So you spend a little bit of time picking the locks. Is there anything you guys want to talk about or discuss on your way back,
I feel like we should,
other than the fact that your guys' cart smells like shit?
I feel like we should talk to the monk about what.
I thought we left the shit wagon.
You guys left the shit wagon?
But the
Yeah, probably.
and put the other ones in the.
Okay, but you
other-
brought the animals with you.
Yes.
Okay.
We should. I feel like we should talk to the monk about what information he's found out. Because
Yeah.
we found out some information, but he's been here longer.
So, Leeson gives you guys a lot of, he tells you that he learned quite a bit of the information that you guys already have kind of heard. A lot of the little bit of, like, the tidbits that I gave you guys last week, I'll go over some of them again. And he learned probably a few other things because he's been here a little while.
Yeah.
So just to highlight some of the things that he heard, so I don't have to like role play out this entire thing, or because that'll
Yeah,
take an
yeah.
hour and a half minimum. He tells you the part about the cult of the dragon praising Tiamat's glory. That the camp that you guys were in was a camp for the cult of the dragons. Not everybody there was a full-fledged member of the cult. Many were new initiates. Like, this is stuff you already learned. The kobolds were there because they have a worshipful attitude towards dragons, and it made them easy for Rezmir and other high-ranking cultists to manipulate them. However, the kobolds weren't well liked or trusted by any of the other people that were there, except for the cultists. He learned that the cult has been ranging far and wide on small raids to collect treasure, and the biggest of all towns they have attacked was Greenest. The prisoners were used mostly for manual labor. In the past, a few have converted and become loyal members of the cult, but most die eventually of overwork and undernourishment. Then they are fed to whatever lives in the cave. He's not entirely sure, but they also employ the use of these things called ambush drakes, which were those like dragon-esque creatures that walked around. They were almost like the dogs, but they were like big lizards. They're called ambush drakes. So some of the people were fed to them if they died. Let's see. The cave in the back was off limits. The half black dragon Resmer was the one who set up the camp. Cyanrath was there, the one that beat Golk in a duel. They spent a lot of time questioning the monk. You can tell by the bruises and stuff on his face that his was not just cruelty for being in a prisoner. His was more of interrogation. And he tells you as much. They asked him a lot of questions. Mostly, Resmir seemed to have particular interest in the monk. That's probably why they didn't kill him, honestly.
Can we discern what type of information they were looking for from the monk?
They're not, even he's not entirely sure what it was that Resmir was hoping to learn from him. Most of the questions that were asked was like, who sent you? Why are you here? And it seemed like questions that you'd ask anyone that, broke into your camp and tried to, spy on you. So, no, it's hard to say why they had special interest in him. All of the stuff that they took was stored in the cave. All the treasure. And no one there in the camp knew exactly how much was there, except for Resmir. You can tell that the demeanor of Resmir, he's not entirely happy that you guys rescued him, but at the same time he knew he was kind of stuck. He didn't like it. He was hoping that he could maybe tough it out a little bit longer and maybe find out some more information. But that's pretty much all that you get from him. It was mostly confirmation of some other stuff that you learned just from spending some time there.
En route, I'm going to use my healing kit. Just kind of do what I can. I really feel with the alarm going off, I really don't want to burn a lot of spell slots just in case. But maybe just go through there and patch up the prisoners that we saved. The ones that needed the most. Make sure they got some food. So, feed, get them some food and some water off the wagon and feed it a little bit at a time, not overgorge them.
I'm no healer, but I'll assist.
I'll pass out.
You don't want me helping, I'd probably hurt somebody.
I'll pass out a little bit of cough syrup to all of them too. Help them out. Yeah, I with this alarm going off, I don't think we should stop till we get to Greenest, no matter how tired we get. These donkeys keep pulling us, and we can take snoozes, like little snoozes, but we should keep going.
Yeah, and a free army can move faster than a cart can, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we all take a short rest worth of naps on the way back, and just kind of rotate. And just keep going.
Did you say the horse, if they were male, female? Because I'm going to name them.
The jet black donkey he's male.
Okay.
And the chestnut with the blonde mane, or almost white mane, is female.
Ah, that works out perfect. I'm calling them Bonnie and Clyde.
Okay, Bonnie and Clyde, I like it.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys are heading towards Greenest. you guys will be able to probably take turns to maybe get at least short rests if you want to. But you guys are also pushing exhaustion. You guys have went through the night, and you guys have spent several hours in this camp trying to like assessing the situation. So you can continue to push on, or you can try to find a spot to take a rest.
I think we should just push on. Because
I think so too.
I think we'd be safe enough to have the level of exhaustion during this.
Yeah.
Because the key.
And I'll take the last short rest, and I'll keep a good lookout out of the back of the cart with my long gun with the scope, just to see if I can see any torches in the distance, if we need to speed up or anything like that.
Is it a concern with the animals getting tired?
No, the animals, like the two that you guys picked, they seem pretty overall, like considering the conditions that they came from. They seem fine.
Okay. In that case, I'll stay up with you in case I need to entangle anyone coming at us.
Cool.
The donkey, while we're walking along, I'm by the, Clyde. Is there anything, detect any kind of, you said he was huge for a donkey.
He's huge, yes.
And coming from like a farming back.
He's, like I said, he's probably a half foot taller than Gulp. So he's almost, he stands almost 8 foot tall.
I don't have detect magic, or I'm curious as hell about this.
I can speak with animals.
I think you get that spell first level. You can prepare it next morning.
I do have.
You have speak with animals?
I do too, yeah.
No, I don't. No.
Detect good and evil would be really, if it's a different creature type.
Yeah. No, I don't have that prepared.
Fair enough.
I almost did, but I was.
He's like, I almost had that spell, but
Son of a bitch.
I didn't think I was going to need it. We were doing infiltration.
Just like the one time that I did the one spell, I was like, I'm gonna be able to bargain my way with this spell.
Yeah.
Kevin's like, fuck you with that spell.
Hey, listen, I'm very impressed with how you guys got out of the camp. That was awesome.
Yeah, me too. It was impressive.
Super cool.
I was expecting to be able to get out of the camp with all the
Normally it doesn't go that well, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
I was expecting it to go terribly.
Yeah.
but you got the good persuasion rolls, and things happen. I liked the
Good
clever
ideas.
approach. Okay, so
Wagon.
what are you doing?
So, seeing that Crispin is very interested in these animals, I'll be like, hold on a second, then I'll cast, Rich will cast Speak with Animals.
How exactly does the spell work?
You gave
Again,
me-
this was not a spell that you guys used a lot
Cast it.
in the last campaign.
Yeah, but
you-
Smoosh uses it a lot, so
He did, but I haven't seen Smoosh play in a while, so
it's true.
we missed Smoosh. He was awesome.
You gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. The knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited by their intelligence, but at minimum, beasts can give you information about locations, blah, 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 blah. It's specifically with beasts, so if he's not a beast, then it doesn't work.
You beast of
I knew there was a
burden.
It's not a beast.
Whoa.
What about Bonnie?
Crispin? This horse is I can't. It's not answering me.
I try. Can I do
Yeah,
a
when
religion?
you go up to approach the very large donkey, Clyde, I believe is what you named him, and you cast the spell, you expect the animal to give some sort of recognition to you trying to speak to him, and he looks at you like he understands what you're trying to do, but he does not respond because he does not understand what you're saying.
Can
He's
I
not
do
a
a
beast.
religion check on it?
Sure.
Can I do an acrobatics check on it?
Backflip over.
I'm gonna give myself guidance. 11.
Now you're doing a religion check. What are you trying to determine?
I'm trying to determine if.
You like Jesus?
So it's all black. And She
Yes.
said that it's not animal. I'm thinking, is it?
A fae fiend?
Is it a fiend? Is it?
There is something fiendish about it.
But do we feel like? Well, we kind of helped it. It don't feel like if it really wanted to, it could have already done something to us.
I'm gonna try and speak Luxodon at it, see if it works.
Oh my god.
It does not work.
When he goes to speak Luxodon, I'm gonna go get a shot of cough.
Anybody speak Abyssal or Infernal?
Or Vulpin, whatever the hell that is.
You speak Vulpin?
Yeah.
That's my race.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You can
How
talk
about
to him
that?
in his own language.
You can talk shit about us. We don't have any idea.
Well, this is great. You guys can actually talk smack about everybody in the group, and no one can understand
That's
you.
what I'm saying.
That's going to add some drama. I love it.
That's really funny.
I picked it and I was like, I don't know what that is. It sounds cool.
I'm gonna
though.
bring. I'm
Kinda
bringing
sounds
the
like
colonel
Vulcan.
out and putting the colonel next to
Okay.
Clyde to see if there's any. I'm kind of like. I'm like, Colonel, you think you and the Clyde here can communicate a little bit?
So, the Colonel, you have often told people that this animal has been touched by the gods. More specifically, the god that you worship. And they always kind of look at you like, sure, buddy, because you're always just talking to this chicken and kind of petting the chicken's head, and you treat this chicken very well. And the
We do
Colonel
not
does
know
have
our
sort of like
kitties.
a regality about him. He seems very well behaved, for a chicken. He comes to you when you call him. He tries to stay out of the way. He's not off exploring things he's not supposed to, like a chicken probably would. And he seems to have a very definitive amount of intelligence for being a chicken. He begins to kind of like shine like this white bit of like aura light around him as he approaches. And his eyes go white, and you see like this almost like flaming energy of white kind of coming out of them. And he begins speaking in a language that do you speak Abyssal?
No, I don't.
And he begins speaking in a language that you don't understand. And this giant donkey, you see his eyes that were this jet black, they almost ignite in flames, red and orange flames. The fur around his hooves and his tail and his mane all like burst into flames. And you see like smoke sort of pouring out of his nose. And he begins to speak back in a language you've never heard before. And they kind of have this back and forth banter for a little bit.
See, they're getting along. They like each other.
And after maybe a minute or two, the Colonel nods. The donkey nods. The donkey's flames go out. The chicken stops glowing.
Is that it, Colonel? Anything good to tell me?
Bark, bark.
Got it. And
Now
I
you,
just
you've talked to the chicken now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's not a beast.
Does that work? Can I talk to the chicken?
Yeah, the Colonel's a chicken.
yeah, he has a name, Colonel, not the chick.
It's more of a title.
That's his name, Colonel.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's
So,
the chicken.
what would you like to say to the Colonel?
Have
Have you ever talked to the Colonel before?
No, I have not tried this with the Colonel yet.
All right.
Because they all think I'm a fucking loony.
What would you like to say to the Colonel?
Hey, Colonel.
You're speaking in Beast, right?
Yeah, I'm speaking
Okay.
chicken.
Bark, 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 bark.
Can you understand me? Does this work with you?
He doesn't seem to understand what you're saying.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey,
Didn't think he was a beast either.
I'm gonna switch to Celestial.
Okay. What would you like to say in Celestial?
Can you understand me?
Yep. I sure can.
All right, I'm gonna try Luxodon.
He tilts his head at you.
I go get another shot.
He looks over at Crispin. He kind of gives you this look of,
He's weird. I mean, you just deal with it. He's good company. He's good shot. Makes good cough syrup.
You know, Colonel, I knew you were not the average chicken, but I did not expect this.
shh, it's a secret.
Oh, that's
Secret.
The only one that knows is Crispin.
Crispin knows? Okay.
Maybe. Maybe not. But he's nice to me and feeds me.
That's fair. So, your little conversation with our friend here, how did that go?
Oh, he's cool. We're good.
We're good.
Hmm?
So
He said thanks for getting him out of there.
tell him you're welcome, I guess.
I'll tell him the next time I talk to him.
Got it. Crispin.
Yeah.
Crispin, your chicken speaks celestial.
Well, he is from the gods. Why wouldn't he?
You know, I knew he was special. I didn't know he was that special.
I always knew he was special. That's why we hang out together. Ain't that right, Colonel? When I put him back in his little sling,
He's like, bark, 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 bark.
grab some corn out of the little pouch, throw it in there with him.
He actually does speak chicken though, but he's not a beast.
Okay.
And then I just go back to.
The
Did he
colonel
say
kind of
he-
nuzzles up in his little sling. He's all puffing out his feathers and he's just kind of relaxing.
Kicks the feet up,
Mhm.
crosses them.
So you
You see his little feet
talk
just kinda
with
like
the
kicking a little
Colonel?
Yeah, I can speak celestial.
Nice. So what did he say about Clyde here?
He says that he's grateful that we got him out of there, and we're cool, apparently.
It's all matters. All right.
All right.
Man, you guys picked some interesting friends.
Guess so.
And that's why we play every week, right? You just never know what's going to happen.
You never
right.
know. That's D&D for you.
Okay, so you guys have now, I'm assuming, found a pretty nice spot to camp.
Did you try talking to the horse?
And not in, I guess not in celestial.
It might just
Not-
be a normal.
I don't think that'll work. I can try it.
They're just talk normal beast.
That didn't work.
Oh, did it not want
No,
the
it didn't
horse?
work.
Not on. You didn't try the horse.
You said
Oh, the
you just-
horse.
the horse,
Sorry.
yes.
You
Bonnie.
spoke to Clyde the donkey,
Okay, so Bonnie the horse.
the chestnut mare.
Yeah.
What would you like to say?
Hello there. Can you understand me? Your friend here can't.
Yeah, I understand you. What's going on?
Oh, well? It didn't look like you were having a good time over in that camp.
No, it sucked.
So we decided to get you out of there.
They hit us with sticks.
Aw.
Well, that's just rude.
It is rude. I bit one of them.
I like you.
Where are we going?
We're going back to one of the towns. Greenest?
Is it nice there?
I suppose. I'm kind of new to town. I don't know what's nice.
Well, you seem nice.
Thank you.
If you hit me with a stick, though, I will bite you.
And I would deserve it.
What happened to the tall fellow?
Tall fellow.
Yeah, the he was pushing us. We like him.
Oh, Gulk's around here.
So Gulk's giving like one of those like drunk guy peas. He's just like just waiting for them to come up with a plan. He's a little hungry, so it almost sounds like he has the bubble guts, but no, he's hungry.
We all hear it's like.
Yeah.
I think we can, on the back of the wagon, we can fix something up where we can make like a makeshift fire and start cooking some meals while we're like Meals on Wheels going on.
So when we meal prep them.
Well, we got chickens and crates. We got food there. We could cook it up. At least have a hot meal on a move. So
Yeah, why not?
yeah,
Big's always down for some chicken.
just stay away from the Colonel.
Fig.
Huh?
Don't try to eat the Colonel.
Why not?
I don't think that would end well.
I'll speak in,
Now I really want to.
I'll speak in
I wanna
Vulpin to
smell-
you and be like, you should try and eat the Colonel.
I want to find out what happens.
You'll get the holy shits.
Inspiration, sir.
Yes!
Inspiration.
Yes!
2 campaigns almost. I've been waiting for a good pun, and that was a great one. Inspiration, sir.
Funny.
I'm done for tonight.
He's like, and I'm out. I sent you a message. You guys know I just be doing stuff.
I
with
am
David
Draven
sometimes.
Vey.
Not this time. The monk's name, however, is Draven Vey. It's so weird. He says he came from a place called Ravnica.
Oh my god.
It's happening. The crossover's happening.
Only 5
Did he
episodes
steal
in.
our...
Inside the walls of my house, a game called Jumanji.
So I figure to cook food, we can like all like gather around so we like
Mhm.
cover the flame a little bit.
Okay.
I'll just turn on my flaming hand and we just
There.
cook it over the flame.
Okay, so you guys are like kind of winding down for the evening. You guys are mixing up the bit of rations that you have with the prisoners, who all seem very grateful. Most of them are very quiet. Some of them are still kind of, I would say, in like sort of various states of shock, not really sure exactly what's going on or where they are, or even that they were in any real danger. Like that part of their brain is, just shut off a while ago. Mostly they drink water, very dehydrated and trying to gather back some of their strength. Who's taking the first watch?
I will.
Okay. And how long would you like to watch for?
Like 2 hours.
Okay. Now, are there any other like things you guys want to do before you actually settle in for the evening? Any other conversations that you want to have? Any other activities that you want to do? Individual for your characters or anything like that, or among like talk with each other or anything?
Pretty much every evening before we rest, I'm going to be checking the stars and doing my whole thing.
Okay.
Reading my star
I'll
chart.
be chasing my tail till I get tired.
So you just see Fig just kind of
Imagine you
one
like
direction, and then he gets it every now and then. You hear him go, ah!
I can imagine you like a cat, like turning around
Yeah.
and like held him down.
Okay, so you guys wind down. You said your first watch will be about 2 hours. Who's taking over for you after that?
Gulk.
Okay. So you're the only one up watching.
Mhm.
You've done your constellations. You have, I'm assuming you have some kind of a book or something you kind of jot some notes and ideas down in, or draw pictures of what the stars look like.
I have my my crystal that it's kind of like a hologram that I can like zoom in on different ones and
Okay.
different things.
Cool. All right, so you kind of do your star thing that no one really understands. You see no omens tonight. You see nothing telling you that you should be on the lookout or be aware. Everything seems like it's going according to fate's design. Which is weird because you never thought that this would be fate's design for you. Mixing it up with this group of very interesting individuals, breaking prisoners out of a shit wagon, having a conversation with a celestial being who you didn't know was a celestial being, who then had a conversation with a fiendish being that you didn't know was a fiend. But here you are. This is now your life. And life is exactly where it's supposed to be.
Weird.
You seem a little puzzled by this, but also a little bit relieved. Because you weren't sure what you were going to do if this was not where you were supposed to be. Like, how do you get out of this and back on the path?
This is much more interesting.
You, I would say that you spend a lot of the first parts of the evening contemplating, since you haven't had a lot of dealings with people and cultures and civilizations, you've been very secluded from the rest of the world. You wonder if the entire world is this interesting and this unique. And what else have you missed out on? And in a way, it kind of makes you glad that you've taken this journey to not only discover a little bit more about what fate has in store for you, but to kind of learn more about the world around you and not just what is in your own little section of the world. You think it's both good, terrifying, but good. And you feel good about the path that you were on. You take over for Gulk.
Are we working towards a long rest? Is that what we're doing?
That's up to you guys.
You know, if
We're
we
still
have-
moving,
If we have
right?
like 30 hours to greenest, we might as well. I think
If it's
on the
30
back
hours,
back of the wagon, we're just gonna keep going and
Yeah.
Okay,
Is
so
that possible?
I don't know that the wagon would hold all of you plus 9 prisoners plus, you know.
I think it was more
I
like
think-
taking shifts.
So that's why I was asking who was on like the first.
Right.
You're on the first one for sure, right?
Yeah.
So I would say that the wagon could probably comfortably hold about 6 people.
So in order to take a long rest, we have to stop.
You would have to stop.
That's up to you guys.
I think we keep
What's
going.
the first level? It's like only ability checks, right?
Yeah.
Because if we do another level reduction, that's movement speed.
Attacks and movement.
That's useless. We'd be useless
Yeah.
in terms of travel.
Since we heard the alarm, I'd be more inclined to just.
I think we should.
Keep moving.
Go, and then after we get a good distance, take a long rest.
Yeah. We can
How
do
far
that.
would you guys like to travel before you settle down for the night?
You said we had 30 miles left.
But yeah. How long do we think it would take to get
You guys got
back?
about 30 hours of travel time.
30 hours of travel time.
Yep.
So that's like
Maybe like 5 hours.
Sure. Just to make sure you're not being followed.
Yeah.
It takes you a couple hours just to get back to the road.
yeah.
So you guys travel for about 3 hours on the road. Do you stay on the road, or you kind of want to go off to the side of the road, or find more like a wooded area? It's sort of plains-like through here. There's not a lot of. I wouldn't say there's like a foresty area.
I would just stay on the road
I would
then.
just stay
That way
Yeah,
we're
I
gonna
think
make our
so.
fastest time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus
We don't have to worry
see-
about breaking wagon wheels
We
or.
can see
and our
anything
tracks
coming
and
easier
stuff,
far on
yeah.
the road.
Okay, great. So now we're actually settling down. So you're taking the first shift.
Yeah.
Okay. So the rest of you are all resting. You guys have had meals. Make a perception check for your first watch.
Perception 7.
Nothing seems out of the ordinary at all. You notice that a few of your companions snore a little louder than you thought they might have.
Who's the loudest?
Fig. Fig actually makes this sort of like weird, almost like a barking, yipping noise while he's
like twitchy.
while he's dreaming, and you kind of see him like he keeps his feet kind of like tucked up with him, and you see this every now and then, like it looks like he's trying to run or dig or something. You're not sure. Not the whole night, just parts of the night.
That's awesome.
And he kind of takes his tail and he sort of like wraps it around his waist, almost like a little security blanket, to where the top part of his tail kind of comes up in between his hands at times. You see him kind of like hold on to it. And then you see his little arms go.
I want to see if I can get like.
That's all you notice on your perception check is that he sleeps and he's.
I don't know. I notice anything else.
He's
Probably why
adorable.
you got a 7 check.
I want to see if I can get like.
Actually, Gulk is the quietest. You look over a couple times at Gulk and you actually think he might be dead. He's not really even hardly breathing. He's not even hardly moving. He's like very still.
I impersonate a good hot dog.
Here's my impression of a hot dog.
He kind of sits in this almost like sort of like crouch position, with his axe sort of like down by like the blades down by his feet, with the handle up on his shoulders, and he's kind of like leaning on it. And he never really moves, never moans, never stirs, never tips over. Has like perfect balance. If you didn't know any better, if you were just passing by, you'd think he was like a rock.
Okay.
By the way, he's kind of just hunched there.
Dwayne.
So 2 things I want to do. I want to get a big long straw thing of grass and tickle Gulk's nose just to make sure he's awake.
He
So
he
just
does.
kinda-
He has
okay.
his natural reaction. He just like that.
He's not dead. Good.
All right. And then I'm gonna get a bunch of little rocks, and I'm gonna start stacking them on top of Fig to see how many I can get before each rough, and see like try and beat my record of how many I can get in a row.
So while he's trying to make sure that nothing is going to attack you in the middle of the night, he's playing Jenga by himself.
He's playing with
Yep.
me. I just don't know it.
Fortunately, nothing tries to sneak up on you in the middle of the night to kill you.
All right.
Yeah.
And then when it's time to wake up Gulk, I'm gonna get 2 long pieces of grass, and I'm just gonna keep going until he actually wakes up.
So you are awoken by this. These,
little the ear, little the nose.
yep, you're
the
getting it in your nose and your
jamming
ear,
up
and that's
the
how he wakes you
nose.
up.
Yeah, so he'll kind of wake up like the Undertaker and just get ready for the day. So
It's actually kind of creepy. When he stands up, he feels like it doesn't even look like he's like wiping the sleep out of his eye, and he's just ready to go.
Wow.
He's sentinel.
Well, your turn. I'm going to bed.
all right. So Gulk.
Watch Fig.
Okay. So Gawk will kind of start his watch by doing the, like I said, the drunk man pee and all that stuff. Like go to the bathroom, do what he needs to do.
Evacuation. Evacuation.
You see him grab a couple. As you're going off, you see him grab a couple rations. So he's got his one hand up there, like leaning up against the tree a little bit, and he's not even touching down here, just letting it go. His pants around his ankles, just doing his thing.
Yeah. So after that's done, he
Orc ass shining in the moonlight.
he'll take a hand axe and just start carving like a little family photo, like 3 stick figures on a tree. It's just like my family, and then I just sit there and watch.
Okay.
So
even though you're like very focused on this tree project, you spending so much time in nature and in the woods, you kind of have this different sort of perception of being aware of what's around you. You have hunted your own food. You have warded off invaders. Not that there's been a lot of it, and you're like this is comfortable to you. This doesn't make you feel like you don't belong. You feel right at ease, right at home, and you're able to kind of focus on this while still noticing everything that's going on around you. Go ahead and make a. I'm going to actually say a survival check with advantage.
yes. Hey, +1.
Since this is sort of like your element.
It's my element, apparently.
Yeah, it's your element.
Donnie, you're on your element.
8.
That's your highest roll?
Yeah.
With advantage?
Yeah, the other one was a 4.
Jeez.
Yeah.
You get a little misty-eyed looking at the carving of your parents. And fortunately for you, it doesn't distract you too much. Nothing really seems to approach or otherwise come near you guys. The fires at this point are like kind of died out. There's just like this little smoldering embers, and that's it. Who's on the next watch?
You got it?
It doesn't matter. You got something.
I'll take the next one.
'Cause you guys are going what, like 2-hour shifts or so?
Something like that.
Okay.
2, 4, 6, 8. Hour 75.
Yeah, so I will kind of give a kick to the bottom of the feet of KFC over here,
KFC, you got it.
and just say your turn, and kind of go
This
back.
is so weird. You guys are actually camping in nature, not staying in a hotel or.
Real
It's
D&D.
so
I
weird.
Kind of, yeah. Just go back to like robot mode. Just like
Okay.
lay down, axe where it's supposed to go, and then just
Yeah, you go back into like this. Just
like shut
you
off
almost
mode.
fall asleep almost immediately. You're back right where you need to be.
That's night terrors.
What do you do during your watch?
I'm gonna get up and I'll get the colonel out, let him down, go scratch around, do his thing, and
He does. It's odd, even though you've like kind of had this revelation that he is a little bit more than maybe a chicken. Nothing about him really changes. He has very chicken qualities. He does and enjoys all the things that chickens do: scratching at the dirt, pecking, eating grains.
I'm gonna make like a little fire. Get it once. We still probably got the embers from the one from dinner, probably.
Yeah. There's still a little bit of smoldering embers.
I'm
yeah.
gonna get it stoked back up a little bit, and I'm
Okay.
gonna put on boil some water to make some tea with.
Okay.
I'm gonna like, Colonel, you want a cup of tea, or I'll get you one going. So I'm gonna be just like squatting down near that, getting it prepped, listening
Okay.
about.
So you're sitting there, kind of boiling a little water, making some tea, enjoying the night.
While I'm doing that, I'll walk up to the animals, make sure they're all good, see if they need any water, any feed.
Clyde looks like he's asleep. But even in his like state of slumber, he still seems, he just has this like presence about him. He seems very aware. And he notices that when you approach almost immediately. He doesn't jump or he's not startled. He just, you see him open his eyes and just kind of look at you.
Oh, I didn't mean to bother you, boy. I'll pet his ear, and
He seems to nod like he understands what you said.
I'll grab.
Because I assume you're talking in common.
Yeah, and I'll just grab some feed. I'll put it down for him.
He seems to take it and enjoy it.
And I'll do the same for Bonnie too, and the other donkey.
Bonnie also seems to be pretty. What'd you guys name the other donkey?
I don't know. We don't think we named the donkey.
Hector.
Hector. Okay.
Hector.
Alright.
So you
Let's
got
change
you got
the
old
good
Hector, Bonnie, and Clyde. All right, I like it. So yeah, the animals, they seem to appreciate the little late night snack and get a little bit of their energy back. And your tea's pretty much done, and you're kind of sitting there on the ground and just kind of sipping your tea and contemplating the events of the day. Make a perception check.
Drinking my coffee, eating my muffin.
Motherfucker. You know what? I'm
Are we
going
not
to.
gonna get a good single
Man, it's
perception check
probably a
before
good
night?
thing that I haven't thrown a lot of like things
I'm going to go
potentially kill you guys.
use my inspir.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Want to.
Uh,
I said might as well if you want to.
yeah, I'm changing dice also.
It's better than a. It's 5 times better than a
Did you say,
It's
did you say
fine.
perception?
Perception, yes.
Okay, so
5
that's
times.
10. I'm like, wait. I'll give myself guidance, I guess. 14.
14.
Pretty good perception.
Okay.
Yeah, it's much better.
Um, you notice that you hear like frogs kind of chirping off in the distance. You hear crickets. You hear normal nighttime sounds. Everything seems very calm. You kind of listen to see if you hear anything moving around in the grasses nearby, or if maybe you hear any animals kind of wandering about. And other than the occasional chirping of crickets, the occasional mosquito trying to bite you, and fireflies kind of off in the distance, everything's very calm. It's actually a pretty nice night.
I'm going to, while I'm doing this, I'm going to go get a couple of the chicken feathers
Mhm.
off of one of the chickens in the crate.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put them around Fig's mouth.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go back to watch.
All right. You put your little, as you go to put the feathers close to his face, you hear, and then he just stops, and then you put them on his face.
I got some in store. I'm cool.
All
I
right.
made sure they were white ones too.
Okay. So your 2 hours is up. Who are
Yeah.
you waking up next?
I'll
I'll take whichever
Yeah.
is the last watch.
So that would be either Fig and you'd be last, right?
Yeah.
So you go to wake
so
up.
yeah, I'll go get Fig
Okay.
when I wake him up. Have you seen the Colonel?
Fig, immediately notice like the feathers kind of fall off your face when you sit up.
And a bunch of rocks.
Rocks fall off.
No, I had a weird dream. I ate a chicken last night though.
And then I'm gonna pick off one of the feathers and like a white one, be like this one.
You immediately check your face to make sure that you don't have like blood in your mouth or anything. Seems fine.
I don't know. It doesn't seem right. It seems a little too clean.
Watching you and the Colonel is too.
Okay.
Colonel is too.
Okay.
Like you get up and there's the Colonel like looking over your shoulder like.
Giving you the stink eye. Angry chicken.
Okay, so you kind of drift off back to sleep.
Really
Fig,
the Holy
you
Ghost.
you kind of make a kind of a nonchalant little pass around just to kind of check to see if everybody seems like they're good, making sure everybody is fine, that there's nothing like a scorpion or something that hasn't like snuck up in and is like stabbing them, and just making sure everything's fine. You do a nice little pass over, but also mostly just to ensure that everyone is asleep. And everyone is asleep.
Oh shit.
God.
Come on.
I don't have the light control yet. I'll get
that's
it.
fair.
You're doing a great job.
You're doing a good job, buddy. Fig,
Got 10 minutes.
you you have a small pack you keep with you. Has a lot of your tools and some of your more prized trinkets from your life on the street. that you've stolen from other people, not even necessarily for their monetary value, just because you thought that it was cool or it was neat. Some of the things are absolutely worthless. They're junk. You're not quite a ferret in that you just take shiny things. One of the last items that you stole for legitimate reasons of you just wanted it. You don't know why you wanted it. Something about it just spoke to you. You reach in your pouch and you pull out a very simple oil lamp.
It's a magic lamp.
It's at one point probably had gems encrusted around the base of it. It looks like it's been well used throughout the years. The style of the lamp is centuries old. It's made from brass. You've tried to polish it to no avail. You look down at this lamp in your hands, and it begins to glow with red energy. It begins to hum and vibrate in your hands. What do you do?
I feel like Fig kind of looks a little confused at first. Does it like feel different?
It's warm.
Scared me so warm.
It's actually getting a little bit warmer, almost uncomfortable to touch.
I feel like he's kind of like hot potatoing it a little bit. Like, what do I do? What do I do?
As you're kind of juggling this, the red glow begins to lessen. And just the tip where the flame would come out, you see a black flame with a red outline on the fire very gently come out of the lamp.
What is this? What's happening right now?
You have the strangest urge to remove the lid off the lamp. You're not sure why, but you just want to take the lid off.
I think it's very easily swayed, so he does it.
When you pull the lid off of the lamp, the flame flickers out. You look in, and it's just darkness. You kind of feel a little bit disappointed at first. Maybe wondering if you're still half asleep. As you go to put the lid back on the lamp begins to shake in your hands. The shaking is so violently intense you're not able to even hold the lamp, and it falls on the ground with a clatter. You look around to see if anyone notices or heard it, and everyone seems very sound asleep. Billowing black smoke pours from the opening of the top of the lamp. It swirls around you like a smoke tornado, engulfing you in this pitch black smoke. You try to breathe, expecting to have a difficulty in time and breathing, but the air is clean. It's cool. It's warm in the smoke, but the air that you breathe is cool. This manifested black cloud of smoke funnels up above you. You see two red eyes peer down back at you.
Hello?
You stole me.
No, I didn't.
And I suppose you wish me to call you master.
I don't know what you are.
I wish to be free.
the lamp anymore.
Gotcha there.
This is not my true form.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Lawyer.
interesting.
I should have said Lord. Lord.
So, do you need my help?
Of course I need your help. I need you to take me to where I was created. Fire's about to.
Where would that be?
The realm of fire.
Realm of Fire. I don't know where that is. I don't know how to get there.
We'll get there eventually.
Do I get something in return?
Perhaps. Soon. I will allow you a sample of my power. Soon. If you prove worthy. Don't lose this lamp. Keep it safe.
Okay, he just like, I feel like he just nods his head. Silent.
And remember, you're my servant. I'm not yours. Forget the stories you may have heard. The black cloud funnels back down into the lamp and the lid slams shut.
He's like wide-eyed. He just picks up the lamp and puts it back in his bag. Like it never happened.
You contemplate for the next hour or so left of your watch. Not sure exactly how you're going to achieve this task or even what this task is. You knew something was special about this particular trinket, but you had no idea. And now you bear a secret.
Again.
Raven Bay!
And your name is Draven Bay.
Guys, I just fucking Saruman.
No, that's me in the lamp. That's true.
You finish your watch, and you wake up Fiora.
Fiora has
We
no,
can go back to normal lights now if you want to.
Okay.
Fiora has no idea any of that happened. She's sleeping face down. Her curls are like a bush, just like everywhere. Probably see you all puffed out or something with your fur when I get
Yeah.
up, and I'm just like, it's just the cold morning air. It's fine.
You actually get the faintest hint of brimstone.
Oh, Fig, did you? Ugh.
Yeah, it smells a little sulfury.
No.
I don't believe him.
It was probably one of the
Shit,
horses.
it did.
I guess there's a demonic or something horse with us.
It's probably leftovers from the manure cart.
Mm-hmm. Sure it is.
Anyways, I'm gonna go back to sleep.
It's from the manure cart.
Okay.
I got the chicken shits.
Okay.
Chicken goes right through you.
Yeah.
So I need a perception check from Fiora. Man, I love secrets. They're fun.
That's fine.
I probably should have done this before. 17.
Actually, a good one.
I hope so.
Out of
too.
all of
Um,
us.
40 ghouls.
You don't notice any danger. You do notice that there's something strange about the stars. There's one of the constellations that you look upon often for guidance. It has sort of a almost like a reddish hue to the main star, which you find odd, but not so odd that it's alarming. The cosmos up above constantly sways. Things beyond our world are not very easily understood sometimes. Other than that, your watch is very uneventful.
Okay. I update my star chart, and then once it's getting time to wake everyone up, I make some breakfast, some tea. And then I pull out my panpipes that I'm proficient with, but I'm not good at. And And I very quietly start playing.
Eat one of them biscuits.
Just to quietly play and get a little bit louder, wake everyone up.
Okay. Nice little alarm.
It's bad.
You guys are trying to hit the snooze button, but you can't find it.
And it's bad. Like, she is not good at this.
The prisoners are like, take us back to the camp.
Like, your ears aren't bleeding, but it's close.
We'd rather be dead!
You see, Clyde is starting to flame up.
Can someone please kill her? Okay, so the light of dawn breaks the darkness, and the day is yours.
To
Man,
greenest.
What a fun day.
Yeah, a lot happened.
Yeah,
It's a busy one.
and it went well.
It did.
So this helped against our exhaustion.
Yes, you guys get the benefits of a long rest.
Oh, right, nice. I forgot about that part of the long rest we just took.
Take
I
wrong
need to double
rest.
check something.
Never mind, you're not long.
What?
Did you say level 5? Jesus.
You get
We
2
skipped
levels
it.
for making all perfect choices. Bonus XP.
For being amazing at everything that you do.
I don't know, I'm sure we fucked up
You
something
must kill
somewhere.
one of you in a battle of wits.
Battle of Wits? Oh, I'm dead.
Ditto.
This is wisdom.
I think we're all done
Is that
equally.
Mm,
Lost.
Season 3.
Season 3.
Still.
Episode 6.
6. Episode
That was
6.
a good one. That's where they thought they were getting back on the plane to go back to the island. Then it was like some final destination.
That was 3?
Is that where
I thought
Barney
that was
comes
4.
in?
I hate
Yeah.
to tell you, I have no idea what happens in Lost.
Since I've
Well, that
haven't
happens,
seen
but
Lost
later.
or How I Met
You
Your
don't
Mother,
watch
I'm just
How
going
I
to
Met-
combine everything I hear together in
I
one.
mean, it works well enough.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
I haven't-
Barney's.
I saw
was
little
more.
bits lost here and
True
there,
story.
and none of it made sense.
You
even
guys
more
gain a
so
level.
than usual.
We do?
Oh,
Yep.
you?
Yep.
Holy shit!
I was just double checking.
Oh, that's
I
neat.
gained 2 because I guessed right.
Yeah, yeah, it's your birthday.
Yes.
And it's your
All
birthday?
right.
Yeah.
For that, I'm going to let you gain just 1 level.
I'm taking a level on
But
board.
I'm going to let you take a level in any class you want.
I'll let you take
That's
a level
2
of
levels.
exhaustion.
Go, girl.
You
It's
should have
your
given an inspiration
birthday.
from the beginning of the day.
Yeah, I didn't even get any inspirations. Bull.
We didn't do anything
Shit.
inspiring.
Dude,
Made another
I
year.
was.
Oh, no.
I had to
Yes.
inspire
Ability
myself
score
to
or
show up for this
feat?
shit. I'm so funny. Arr. Oh, look at all these free books I have because I have a cool uncle. Yay.
I am pretty cool sometimes. Not often, but sometimes.
You said it, not me, Girl Scout.
I know that I'm lame.
Alright, should I go Bard? I'm too dumb to be a druid.
Barbarian.
Which one do I want?
Barbarian.
I'm just gonna be a rogue. I think I can be a better one.
You could take that druid.
I could only be a rogue or a fighter. This is not good.
Yeah,
His
maybe
stats are-
maybe an ability
he doesn't
score
have the right
improvement so you
stats.
can be a druid.
Warcaster or
So
Constitution.
if my calculations are correct, you guys are level 4.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's the.
Man, look at this generous DM. You guys have only been playing for like a month. Or level 4.
Can you believe that shit? There we go.
So you guys spend time on the road?
On the road again.
Are you guys going to make the entire trek there in one day, or are you guys going to just go straight through?
Yeah, I think the plan was to get there as quick as we
Okay.
can. And
You guys have already traveled about 5 hours or so just to get away from the camp. And you guys were 2 hours from the camp and then 3 hours on the road. Your trip was going to be about 30 hours, so you guys got about 25 hours of travel time left. You guys could push through that, but arriving in Greenest, you guys would be getting exhaustion around the 16-hour mark. I'm sorry, around the 20-hour mark.
just the first level of exhaustion.
Just the first level.
So we could do it without sleeping again.
Yes.
Guess it depends on how the day goes. If we see any signs of
Yeah, that's
them
fair.
catching
Yeah,
up
no,
or whatever.
okay.
So,
Issues.
since the day is yours, I'm going to assume that you guys do the normal daily activities. feeding the animals, feeding yourselves, making sure that you get fresh water. If you don't have any, you guys find a way to do that. Otherwise, unless you guys have any things that you want to talk about,
Tavern brawler, cleric.
we're just going to make it very easy and say that you guys arrive in Greenest. You guys will have 1 level of exhaustion when you arrive.
Perfect. Holy shit! You see this feat?
I'm setting
This is a
something
good
to
one.
myself.
So I'll give you guys a couple of seconds while they're doing that. They're working on leveling up their characters. We've got a few viewers coming in and out, so hey, thanks for everybody popping in.
What's
We appreciate
up?
everybody, coming in, and it's weird leveling up in the middle of a session, but it's just how we roll sometimes.
Weird in a good way.
Hope everybody's enjoying the story. A lot of homebrew tonight. Not in this book. Good times. So anyway,
What about D&D?
it's one of my favorite things about D&D.
That's really fun. Homebrew is really fun.
So yeah, on Lost, right? So there was
Season 3, episode 6 is what we're on.
for those who are kind of like watching and maybe just tuning in, we stream every Wednesday at 7
I
p.m.
think I do.
on Twitch and I believe TikTok.
Okay.
Right now, our campaign is Tyranny of Dragons, with some homebrew stuff thrown in for
Yeah, I think I
good
do.
measure.
Mm-hmm.
This is our second campaign. We have our very first campaign.
Durable feat.
It's on our
Check
YouTube
the
page. You can
gunner
find
feed.
us under the Initiative Syndicate
Check
on
that
YouTube.
shit out.
If you want to go
That's
back and
some
watching
good
that, we're also
shit
on
from
Spotify.
baby.
If you prefer a more
broken.
podcasty format, if you want to go and check some of our previous adventures, they take place in Ravnica, which is a Magic the Gathering world.
Mhm.
That campaign was entirely homebrew. I butchered the lore for my own purposes, and I don't regret it.
It worked. It worked very
It
well.
worked
Yeah.
very well. And then we had that campaign, the mini campaign before the campaign as well.
Yeah, that's on there too. The mini dragon heist.
Oh, that was such a good one.
There's a lot of good stuff in that campaign. A
Yeah.
lot of emotion and a lot of very good role playing.
Tears at the end.
Like
Tears.
me, the DM, like I was a little choked up at the end.
That was so good.
Usually, you guys are a bunch of goofy assholes, and I love all of you guys. But like to get real emotion, I was like, I got some sand in my eye. It's fine. It was for real. But that's one of the most beautiful things about the game. It speaks to people on various different levels, and you can be as goofy as you want to be sometimes, and still have these like really expressive and heartfelt moments. Real attachment to those characters, and
My boy. My
You know.
boy Gus.
good times. I think most of you guys are probably pretty close to being done with your little level ups. Right?
I'm just going to do ability score.
Okay, so with all of that out of the way, now I get to go back to my book. You guys arrive back in Greenest. It's very late at night. You guys left in the early morning, and you pressed on past that. That actually wouldn't be correct at all. You guys traveled for 25 hours. It would actually be very early in the morning when you got to Greenest. So if you guys left at first light, we'll say 6:30 in the morning. You guys would be getting there if you went nonstop at 7:30. You know, at a decent pace.
Just an hour travel.
But the next day. You guys are very tired. You guys are wanting to actually find a bed, and your task at hand really is getting back in touch with the mayor.
Mayor.
So several of the
Governor Nighthill, that's the guy.
Yep. Several of the prisoners, as you guys kind of come into town, you see their eyes sort of light up. You can tell that they never thought that they were going to see home again. That many of them really thought that this was going to be the end for them. The other three prisoners from some other town or hamlet. You're not sure where they're from. They seem to be relieved to be back amongst civilization. Immediately as you guys come strolling back in, now with these rescued citizens and farmers and just everyday people, someone immediately calls out for a medic to come in and help. So someone goes and fetches some of the clerics and some of the healers to immediately take care of the more severely wounded and injured individuals. Leeson, after a good night's sleep, he's still a little bruised, a little battered, but he seems like he's doing okay. His student, the one who sent you guys looking for him, they kind of go off, and you can tell that there's much that they need to discuss. So he sort of goes off on his own for a little while. He's still in town. He didn't leave. Governor Nighthill hears about your guys' approach and your return, and you see him come back. It's early morning, so he doesn't even put on all of his clothes. He's coming out basically in like this robe, and he's got his little slippers on, and he's got his little nightcap on, and he just comes running out. Little floppy nightcap ball on the top of his head. Oh, you have returned, alive and well, with guests. You have done a great service to this city. And I believe a reward was offered.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's like 250 gold or something.
I will have someone fetch this immediately from my personal coffers. It looks like one of his assistants or something kind of got wind of this. It comes out like he's still kind of pulling up his pants as you guys are coming in. Yes, I need you to go retrieve the set-aside funds for our friends here. And he runs off to go fetch that. It was difficult. Yes?
It's a little challenging. Well, road bumps along the way.
More about finesse than brute strength.
I'm glad to see that you are all well.
Us too.
I'm sure we'll have to be filled in on any information that you've learned, but we'll have time for that. All of you need rest, food. All of that will be provided at no cost or expense to you. You guys are welcome to stay at the inn whenever you want.
Awesome.
We'll have someone bring your payment after you've had a good rest. Okay.
I like it.
And thank you again. We will speak soon.
All right. Toodaloo, Caribou.
Okay. So you guys are free to eat or drink anything from the inn. You guys have had rooms supplied for you to where you guys can actually get a good night's or day's rest or whatever it is you need. Is there anything you guys want to do while you were here before you guys get yet another long rest to cure off the level of exhaustion?
I think right to bed for Otis.
Okay.
Same for Fiora.
Okay.
I'm gonna find a place for Bonnie. Find a good farm where she could go nearby.
Okay. So you are looking for some farmer.
Or just a family that's going to take care of her without.
Okay. Some farming folk. You're looking
Yeah,
for
that
just
way
like some
she's
farming
not.
folk.
That way she's not like sold off or whatever. That she's going to be put in a place where maybe there's kids at.
Okay.
So and then
You're able to actually find a. There's a lot of farmers that live here, and live on the very outskirts of the town. You're able to find a family that's not really too old with a couple of kids that seem like they're willing to take good care of her.
And then Clyde, I just look at him. I'm like, you could stay with us, or you can go on your own. I'm not gonna. I feel like you have your own path.
He nods like he understands. And then he wanders off towards the stable.
Let him do his own thing. And then I'm gonna head back to the inn and go to bed.
Okay.
They made sure that the extra prisoners that weren't from Greenest had a place, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're actually in the chapel right now. They're
Cool.
being treated medically. They've been given magic healing, and their wounds have been patched, and they're being taken care of. It's going to take a few days of recovery time for them for sure, maybe a couple of weeks, but it seems like you've saved at least 9 lives, not counting the animals.
Or one cat.
I will hit the temple first,
Okay.
the church, before I do hit the bed, and then I will.
Okay. So even being tired, you still feel your calling in life is to find this righteousness and this sanctuary. I don't believe this is the same God that you worship. This is
Mm-mm.
Shantea, right? But it's still a house of worship, and it's still a place of where people go to praise a power greater than their own. You do come in and you see that there've been some like makeshift cots kind of set up for the severely wounded people that you rescued, plus some of the just normal people who were injured in the assault on the town. There's a lot of reconstruction going on where fences were destroyed, buildings were partially burned, and people are just generally trying to get back their life as you walk towards this temple. You're greeted by one of the.
We were paid, or they haven't paid.
You
us
haven't
yet?
gotten paid yet. He said he would have your money dropped off after you guys get a good
Okay.
rest. You are able to meet up with. It looks like the main head cleric that you guys met the night that you rescued all the people from the chapel. He kind of gives you a little nod and a good day, sir. It's good to see you again.
How are you on supplies and funds and?
Fortunately, they did not really damage much of the medical supplies, and the bandages are pretty easy to come by. I think overall, we'll rebuild. It'll take time.
Well, I think there was some sort of reward. I will be bringing half.
His
for
eyes
you-
get like real big.
half for you all to help rebuild the church and resupply and help the sick and get them fed.
That's. I don't even know what to say. You kind of see like a little bit of tears well up his eyes a little bit. And he grabs both of your hands and kind of like touches his forehead to your hands and says, "Thank you, sir. We may not follow the same path, but
I think we all on
It was
the same
fate that brought
path.
you
We
here.
just have different leaders down that path.
it was fate that brought you here. I believe that. And the gods have answered our prayers."
And I'll just, after done talking to him, I'll do the rounds with people with sick and then make my way back to the inn.
You see him perform some sort of like rite, and you have received something known as the Blessing of Shantea. This blessing will last for 24 hours, and it gives you advantage on any saving throw that you make for the day.
Nice.
Yeah, let's just sleep a little bit.
It's not like a spended charge. It's any saving throw you make within that 24-hour period.
What's it do? 24 hours?
Yep.
Advantage on all saving throws. That's awesome.
Why don't you go back to sleep? Go shovel some shit.
Now, you are going to need a good 8 to 10 hours of sleeping, so you're only going to have it for about 14 hours. But, hey,
I didn't have it before.
That's right. That's pretty. It's pretty cool.
Blessed.
Okay, so you do your business. You kind of look over the wounded, saying your own prayers and whatnot, and you head back to the inn. Anyone need to do or want to do anything else before we fast forward in time? Okay, great. You guys all now get the benefits of a long rest again.
Boop, boop. Think I did it.
No, you guys not level again,
Damn.
but you do remove a level of exhaustion.
Hmm.
Since your return, you guys awake, and there is a box downstairs that was left at the inn desk, like the main inn desk where you check in. It was left by the governor, and it has your guys' reward in it. Your entire reward. You guys can split amongst yourselves or however you want to do that. And if memory serves me correct, I believe it was
250 gold per person is what my notes say.
Plus 2 healing.
so. You guys each get. You guys took the healing potions with you.
Yeah.
Um,
I forgot we even had those.
Yeah, so you guys each get 250 gold. Like I said, you can put it in one fund, you can have a treasure, or you can put it in your individual thing or take part of the money. But he has already promised part of his money to the church.
I didn't get any money. I get unlimited beer.
So it's 250 apiece.
250 gold apiece.
Yeah. And I'll take 125 of that
Okay.
to the church. So I'll just put.
All right, so like I said, you guys can deal with the money situation however you want to, but make sure that you guys do write down that you each have at least that much money. Even
Yeah, put it-
even poor guy down here, he did get 250 gold no matter what he does with it.
I thought I was getting free beer.
You get free. Is that what your reward was? You get the gold too.
What I remember when I watched the stream is he asked for just free beer. The guy said he'd give it to him, but he's also still gonna give.
Yeah, you get the money too, but you're also entitled to free beer basically for life.
I don't know why, but I'll trust the frog with the money.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. Gut feeling.
He just has an honest face.
Yeah, he does.
It's the mohawk.
He's a salesman. You can tell. You're good.
He is definitely an entrepreneur. You know,
Yeah,
you can
bam.
just tell.
It's an investment. He's good with money.
He just looks like a guy that you'd want to trust with some money.
It
It's an
sure
investment.
is. Yeah. Speaking of, Otis is gonna look for the fishing shop with his brand on it in the morning to try and talk to the boys
Okay.
and resupply.
In this town?
Mm-hmm. I figured there'd be a shipment here since we stopped here. I don't know for certain.
Someone definitely bought some of your goods. That's why you were here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like it's your people.
Okay.
It's a merchant that bought your goods. Or it could be a private individual. You're not sure. You made the shipment in a warehouse, in an alley, kind of behind. It wasn't something you guys did right out in the open. Money was
Naturally.
changed hands, and you didn't really ask what they did, but they were not your people.
Okay. Cool.
I would say that you've had business dealings with them before, but you've never really discussed anything personal about who they are. You assume that they are some type of a merchant that lives in the town.
Okay. Then never mind.
Also, you have that special thing
Which one?
for your subclass.
Yes.
Are you ready for that?
Been ready.
Okay.
Level 3. I've been waiting.
You're actually a whole level past now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great.
It hasn't really been the right time.
No, well, yeah, you guys haven't really had the time to do it. So, Otis kind of is looking around to maybe see if he can spot any signs of familiarity to him. Maybe some of his people that they're marked there. And you guys notice he always has his guns with him, and he has a satchel with him. But he's always kind of had this egg that he's kept with him, like draped in this little like satchel, like on his side, and it's always kind of like poking out of the top of the bag a little bit. And you see him, he kind of like picks it up every now and then, and when he doesn't think anyone's looking, he kind of talks to it, he kind of pets the egg. It's kind of weird.
Some people have a chicken, some people have an egg.
Some people have a chicken egg.
You want to kiss my lucky
Which
egg?
came first?
As you're kind of walking around, you feel this egg sort of shaking a little bit, sort of poking and moving, and you hear what sounds like an egg sort of like cracking.
It's time. It's oh my god. Oh my god. It's time.
And you pull out the egg, and you see like parts of the egg start to break free, and you see part of what looks like a almost like a reptilian little nose coming out of the top of it. You see like a claw come out, like a little small claw.
It's so cute.
I'm gonna let you kind of describe this thing as it comes out, because I don't know exactly what it is that you want it to look like, but you
Yeah.
basically get to decide what it is.
So out of the egg crawls the littlest, cutest little black dragon. He has also got an orange mohawk, because he's a badass. So he comes out, and a lot of dragons have been described more like cats and felines with that kind of attitude, but not this dragon. It is more has the personality of a dog. So it's kind of like, I guess, a bloodhound ish, like a dog. So its tongue is kind of out, and that's gonna be his mannerisms is that of a dog.
Okay.
And his name is Rufus.
Rufus? Okay. Otis and Rufus, I like it.
Yep. Who's a good Rufus? Who's a good Rufus?
Life will find a way. So the villagers that are kind of here, they see him. He's kind of like right in the middle of town as this is happening. And he's kind of like petting it and pulling off the little bits of eggshell. He's kind of wiping him down. And this thing does not seem like it should have been able to fit in the egg. It's pretty big, not huge, but pretty big. It has these little tiny wings that aren't really big enough to fly. They haven't quite fully grown yet. They kind of tuck up, and he's kind of stretching them out. He's looking around at the world, kind of just being curious about what's going on. He has a couple like cat-like gestures, like where he's kind of like wiping the crap off of his face with his paws / claws.
He's also chubby.
I figured he's a little tiny baby
wings, chubby.
dragon. I like it.
Yep, chubby, toothless.
And as you're kind of like sitting there and you're holding him, he turns around and he looks at you with just this intense love in his eyes. Like instantaneous, you're his person. And you kind of like bring him a little bit closer. And he brings his face up to you and he's kind of sniffing you a little bit. And he burps and a little bit of acid comes out. And it hits you right on the tip of your nose. It's not real potent, but it burns a little bit. And you kind of wipe it off right on the edge of your face.
You got mommy. You got mommy. Okay.
And then you see him kind of like grin a little bit. And then he kind of curls up in your hands, like back into like a little kind of like ball. And he almost purrs a little bit.
I can't be mad at you. Come here, you little rascal. What a Rufus.
The people around you, as they're watching this happen, they're terrified, right? A dragon just came through the village trying to light everything on fire with his lightning breath, and now you have this little tiny dragon with you.
Don't worry, y'all. He's friendly dragon. His name's Rufus. You want to come pet him?
A couple of the kids in town, like the younger kids, they're like, "Oh, Mom, can we do it? Can we go over and say hi?" No. He just spit out acid. No.
No, he didn't mean to.
Come on. We're gonna go home.
He's
It was
not
really
gonna-
good to see you. Thanks for saving the town.
Hey,
and
you're
they
welcome.
kind of head the other direction.
Anytime you want to play with Rufus.
You see the little kid as she's like dragging him back. He's like waving. Okay, so
So I'll probably spend most of the day with him.
you kind of like, yeah,
some
you spend a little
tricks.
time. He sleeps a lot. And you spend a really good amount of day just kind of like talking to him and continuing to talk to him like you did when he was in the egg. You guys don't notice really Rufus around. Otis around. I'm assuming at some point you show your friends your new friend.
Yeah, eventually whenever we reconvene somewhere.
Rufus spends a lot of his time sort of wrapped around your neck. His tail kind of like drapes over, and his head is kind of like right here.
Perfect.
And when he's not sleeping, he's making this. It's almost like a purring noise, not quite like a cat, but almost like a motor. He seems very content. Mostly, he spends his time kind of looking around, observing, and he does not like it at first when people come close to you. You see him kind of get on edge. He kind of digs his claws a little bit too hard into your shoulder until he kind of sees how you react to it.
It's okay, buddy. They're not gonna hurt me. I'll let you know. The fighting word is gonna be okra, and then that's go time.
You guys see him speaking to this dragon in Draconic. Do any of you speak Draconic? So you have no idea what he said. It just sounds like gibberish to you. But the dragon kind of looks at him and kind of nods his head.
Yep. So that'd be the go word. Everybody else is friendly.
Okay, so goes back to sleep. You guys spend a couple of days as Leeson is kind of in and out. He's debriefed the mayor a little bit on what's going on, and you guys have divulged as much of the information as you have obtained to the mayor, so that he has a better understanding of what was going on and why. He says that he wants to get with some of the other officials in the town, and they kind of want to brainstorm. At some point, they may call you in to, hear your side of the story. But Leeson spends several days sort of out of the public eye. He was in much worse shape than he let on. He was very, very beaten up. And it takes him probably 4 or 5 days to just completely recover. They're talking about having you guys come in, and they're going to have a meeting with all of you guys. It seems as though they have taken the information that you've gotten, they've converged with Leeson, and they want to talk to you guys a little bit more about everything that's going on. You guys have firsthand account of what happened. In that 4 or 5 days, we'll say 5 just for the sake of simplicity, your dragon Rufus has almost doubled in size. He's grown very fast. There was something strange about this egg. You've been around draconic beings, and you have probably more dealings with dragons directly than anyone, but you haven't really seen a lot of infantile dragons. And this egg itself, there was just something kind of strange about it. It's almost as if you willed it. And parts of this dragon are very much reflections of your heart and your soul, as much as it is a living, breathing thing. You guys kind of notice the similarity in their appearance. It shares some of his physical characteristics, like the mohawk, and his eyes are a little bulgy and a little almost gecko-y like.
I would like to go to a shop and buy him like a dog chew toy.
Very good.
And I will spend as many gold as I need to. I got a bonus 250 I didn't expect. So
Nice.
That much on dog toys. That much.
He's
Stock for that.
you find it very interesting how fast he's able to sort of train this dragon, and it's almost as though he thinks it or speaks it, and Rufus immediately knows what he wants. Some of you who have been around animals and tried to train animals, and I think Gulk has spent a lot of time in the wild with animals, this is strange. Even you kind of find this a little bit weird. Like, when you're thinking back to this egg, you kind of don't remember where exactly you found it. You remember you've had it, and you've had it for a while. But there's just like certain parts about where you got it from that you don't really remember. You were just really excited to have it. This is something that you've always just really wanted. You've always wanted a dragon.
And like, as long as I can remember, I've had it, or do I remember time before the egg?
You remember time before the egg,
Okay.
but you've had this thing for such a long time. You actually didn't even think there was anything in it. You thought it might just be a petrified or a dead egg.
It's a liar.
But what you guys have seen from dragon eggs, most dragon eggs are usually very big. And this was a very small egg. You're not sure exactly the origins, and neither are you. You just remember that you always used to think, I'd like to have a dragon. And then somehow you got this egg. And the dragon shares a lot of your characteristics and personality traits. So your physical characteristics. And it listens to you. Very easy. There's no resistance. There's no... You don't have to correct him. He just does what you want.
All right, Rufus. Now let's practice this. Get Mummy a beer. All right, we practice. You can do it. Here's a gold. Go to the bar over there. All right, I'll be sitting at the end here waiting for you.
And he takes the gold and he puts it in his little mouth and he kind of pulls it out and he's got it in his little claws and he tries to walk over like a human would walk on these back feet, very clumsy. And he walks up to the bar and he sits it down on the counter. And the barkeep is like, and you're like, beer. He hesitantly takes the gold coin, puts the mug down, pours it, and he's looking back at you. He's looking at this dragon, and he's looking back at you. And then he kind of steps away from the dragon. Rufus kind of goes over and gets the mug, and he pulls it up, kind of walks back over
Beer
towards you.
sloshing off the side.
I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
say, should
The
he-
mug's
can
about
he-
half empty when he gets back.
Can he make a check to see how much I get?
Sure, yeah, we'll do a percentage.
A quarter.
Percentage?
Yeah, you roll a percentile now.
Oh yeah. I have a roll.
Little
This-
D100 actually.
69,
We hardly
69.
ever roll these.
53.
All right, so it's a little under half. He gets you about a 47% of beer back. Also, he seems to have spilled some in his mouth, and he seemed to like it.
Now wait till you're old enough. Wait till you're like
He
2
goes
weeks.
back and licks
I'm
it
a-
off the floor.
I'm gonna get you the moonshine, and you're really gonna like that. Excuse me 1 second, bartender. This is only half full. What are you trying to do here? Trying to pull a scheme? Fill this cup back up.
The bartender just seems flabbergasted, and he's not sure.
This big ass glass is empty.
He finds a smaller mug, fills it up, and gives it to as Rufus comes back. Rufus seems to have a much easier time bringing this over. He sits it down in front of you.
Attaboy.
Gulk. You're not really sure what to make of your new companion friends. You have not lived so much an isolated life as a carefully secluded life. You have been on the outskirts of civilization and occasionally interacting with it, mostly taking these sort of like annual trips where you just go and drink a lot. And then you kind of wander back because you've had your fill of society. The thought of your parents is always on your mind.
And on my side. Because they're ashes.
You know that you want to take them someplace and put their ashes to rest in a place that you feel would be fitting for both of them. You haven't quite figured out exactly where that is yet, which is why you've never made the trek. It weighs on your soul a lot. You wonder if they would be disappointed in who you are. Not really living up to the expectations that your mom had set out for you. She always told you that you were meant for great things, and that you would do good things, important things. And you just kind of figured that's just moms being moms. But, you know, it meant a lot. As the time has passed since they've been gone, those words that she said to you weigh a little bit more on your heart than they ever did before. You never really thought yourself as the wandering type. You liked the life that you had. You liked living in your woods and just being alone. And occasionally when you felt that you needed to be in the presence of someone that could speak back, you would venture into a town and you would drink for a week or so, and then that was it for you. This experience has made you kind of realize how nice it is to have other people talk to you and accept you. Being an orc, a lot of societies shunned you. They were afraid of you. There are a lot of stories and prejudices against orcs. Some are very well founded. But the way that people would look at you sometimes, like you were a stone cold killer, when all you really wanted to do was just have a beer and maybe listen to some people tell some stories. Maybe listen to music in peace and quiet, not bother anyone. That's why you spend a lot of time on the outsides of towns and less in them. With both of your parents' ashes and this newfound purpose, part of you feels like maybe you need to go with these people wherever they're going to go. Maybe they need your help. Maybe it's time for you to do some of these great things that your mother said you was going to do. You don't know what those are. You seem to have a natural knack for fighting. Even though the idea and concept of violence has always been one that you shunned and didn't ever really contemplate that you would participate in. You've had people approach you before in a violent nature and try to harm you. And you never fought them back. You just tried to get out of the situation and wandered back into the woods. You've never been one to stand up for yourself. But you did good things here. You saved those children. You saved these prisoners. You helped save these animals. And without you, they might not have been as successful. So for now, you think you're going to stay with them.
Read your text.
He said, no, fuck all these guys. I hate these guys.
So said it wrong.
Bringing back the robot.
All of you have discovered things and have had new insights and revelations. Whether it's omens in the stars, newfound pets,
Celestial.
newfound purpose, guidance from beyond in the heavens, or influences from powers beyond the mortal realm. This is now the first steps to your journey.
The gravy train.
Guys, that was last campaign.
Then you see a ball of magic in the middle of town, and here comes Skriz.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Shit, how did I get here? Oh, fuck!
I want to thank everybody for tuning in. This was a good one.
Yes.
We will be back next week.
I think so.
We're back next week.
Yeah.
We will be back next week.
Yes.
Continuing on Tyranny of Dragons. The council, you guys will be meeting with the council people and trying to figure out what's going on with that. And yeah, that's it. Pretty good. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll be back next week at 7, Wednesday.
Yeah, boy. Deuces.